All right, let's do this. Mm. All right, what's up, y'all? Sorry, I'm a little late today. Don't mind the messy hair or unshaved face. It's just one of those days. But yeah, it's been a little rough. Um, I was honestly considering making this more like an evening stream to just give myself some more time to well, one, recharge my batteries after all of the Fourth of July festivities. But also, I was planning on watching Last Flixbender season 2 today, and I wanted to give myself a little more time to rewatch season 1 because I've been trying to binge that to just like refresh my memory and get myself back in the right headspace. But I only made it like 2.5 episodes in. I'll be watching more of it um, over the next week. I meant to do that for Flix May Try, and then that just didn't pop off. Uh, but I'm trying to do it for Flixbender, and it's just gonna have to wait. Whatever. We'll just dive in, I guess. Uh, Another reason why my brain's a little scrambled today, and I'm not really at 100% was because uh, I managed to unearth like an old hard drive from, I think, like my first build ever, like just really, really old PC. Well, old as far as PCs go. I think this was like still back in the aughts when I built this. And I thought I was going to just, jack it in and scope it out, see if I got like any old cringe like high school pics or memes from 4chan or anything like that. And instead, what I got was a jump scare because plugging that in made my computer unbootable even after I had unplugged it. Okay, that was interesting. So it took a little bit of troubleshooting. I figured out the solution was to just unplug all of the HDDs in my rig, and then that got the. I also had to boot in safe mode and go through like the BIOS menu, and then it started to behave again because I got multiple HDDs hooked up from just old rigs, old builds. Thought I'd plug them in and again just scan them for old like family photos or like cringe vintage memes. But no more of that silliness, I suppose. I had to cut out the sickness. But yeah, so that's the story. Another thing I want to say before jumping right into it is I want to apologize for last stream. I know I got a little bit tilted. I lost my composure during the Scott Pilgrim EX penultimate boss fight where you have to like push the gems into position. I misunderstood. I thought it was one of those things where because it's set up like the chess piece, puzzle and like the gothy demonic style district where you have to not only push them but like push all of them like kind of at the same time to get them to click into place. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Uh, but it turned out to not be that way at all. So when I saw them like rubber band back to the other side of the screen, I that that got me to lose my cool because I didn't understand. That's a bit of a theming failure, I think. That it shows you something that looks like something else, so you assume that they're similar, but they're not. So I misunderstood the mechanics, and that led to some unnecessary frustration. I also learned something about myself during that stream where uh, A surefire way to get me to flip my lid on stream is to just make it to where I spend half the boss fight on my back. Uh, I really, really hated it. The way that every projectile resulted in a hard knockdown. I hated having to pick myself up off the floor like 5 dozen times in the course of a single fight. After that we fought Gaudian, who actually folded pretty fast. And then I got to check out the other playable characters. I hadn't really dipped my toes into that, and that was hype. And so by the end of that stream, I got to feeling better. I gave that game like an 8 out of 10. But that's all I really want to talk about with regards to that. I hope everybody had an awesome Fourth of July and like happy 250, man. That was cool. I went to like my local fireworks show, and it was spectacular. It had actually been a long time since I'd done that. Um, Usually, my best friend and my parents are in town, and we pop off our own fireworks. As I don't really like going all the way to downtown and like going into the park when there's tons of bugs and you get eat it up, and the only solution is to just like grease yourself up with all sorts of nasty clingy bug spray or whatever. Like, but this time it was okay. I noticed like minimal bugs, and I knew it was going to be big this year because again, it's the big 250. um it was also just nice to enjoy a nice fireworks display for free. I'm not trying to literally blow my money right now. I've got some big expenses I'm saving up for, but that's oh, and one other thing I did do for Fourth of July is just celebrate by eating some really American food. So I had some fried chicken and I had a burger. So that was pretty sweet. Now there are three things that I want to check out today. But first, I wanna I wanna crank up the AC. It's a little toasty in here. Yeesh. I just gotta make sure to silence my phone. Forgot to do that before stream popped off. Disconnect. Um, disconnect. Silence. Okay, there we go. So first thing I want to check out is a trailer. Because I embarrassingly forgot that Toei, or not Toei, it's Studio Wit this time, and the official One Piece channel and Netflix. They dropped a trailer for the One Piece, which has been you know in kind of in vaporware jail, where they announced it. Feels like forever ago, and then they just never really followed up on it. It's like maybe little droplets of information uh every, like, I don't know, every, like, once a year. But we got a new trailer, so we're gonna go ahead and check it out and see how it do. um and hopefully this doesn't like trigger copyright or anything, because I've been very guarded when it comes to One Piece anime stuff. I almost never check that out on stream because I know Toei is, again, just very guarded, and I can't necessarily guess how this is going to go down because it's a different studio, but we're going to try and keep a lid on this. So I got my audio and video filters on, and let's just fire it up.
Wealth, fame, power. The man who attained everything the world had to offer. Gold Roger, king of the pirates. With his dying words, he
Okay.
drove countless souls into the vast sea.
I mean, it looks okay, I guess. It doesn't look too different so far. It's just a little bit punchier in terms of the color grading and like shading and line weight and stuff. It feels more in line with like Wano level sort of art. I gotta say though, before we dive any deeper into this, I've always been kind of skeptical, skeptical of the decision to uh reboot. Or I guess this is a reboot, remake. I guess sort of One Piece before it's actually finished, because my I don't know. My idea of a remake is just like wait until the whole thing's out, which should be in a few years, and then you can make a judgment call on which parts of the story can be like truncated or cut entirely, and then you try to move from there. Trying to remake it when it's still being made, I don't know. I feel like you are on the path to just repeating the same mistakes. Gonna be in the market for another remake soon enough. But we'll see. This is supposed to have tighter pacing, but by my reckoning, the pacing was pretty okay up until post time skip. So I wasn't really calling for a remake for like older One Piece, but whatever. I mean, that's cool, nice and colorful. There's like heavy use of CG animation. I don't know about that.
Many set sail toward the Grand Line, plunging this world into the Great Pirate Era.
Oh, the logo is slightly different. Luffy and the One Piece logo are a bit more of a caricature. Um, they've got a new they've got a new narrator. Actually, I don't know what the situation is with the voice acting in this. I haven't actually been following it that closely, just because I've kind of like put it out of my mind. Like this is like distant future we're talking about. But yeah, I wonder if they're gonna roll with the old voices or if they're going to try out some new ones. Because you got to think a lot of the old voice cast, they're kind of getting up there in years, and the voice for Frankie already retired, so I figured this would be a good time to like get a fresh start, in my opinion. But then again, with how long this is taking, what are the odds that they're going to make it to Endgame before a theoretical new voice cast would also start to audibly age? Only on Netflix, February 2027. That is quite the wait, and I mean that's only an initial date too, so I fully expect a delay of some fashion. But that's it for the trailer. It looked pretty okay. I mean, it's not a radical departure. It's still kind of question the decision to remake One Piece when it isn't finished yet, but whatever. For now, let's go ahead and dig into this new One Piece chapter because I have been looking forward to it. Trying to think. I've been spoiled on it maybe a little bit. I've caught little itty bits of like glimpses of it, but for the most part, I don't really know what we're in for. So let me go ahead and fire this up. We got chapter 1187, The Cause. Cover request by Nabobo D 420 Land. Reiju sternly scolding some swans to protect an ugly duckling. That's cute. That's cute. And it's not just the ducklings that are cute either. Like, although the line work on her hair is a little, it's a little, no pun intended, but it's a little sketchy. Oda says, I'm still amped from the Dreams Come True concert. I can't get the intro out of my head. Now, let's see. Luffy socks emo. Ah, oh, here we go. Now we're talking. This is what we're here for. So Emu, I imagine Emu's probably like not really that hurt. He's probably got like his own little healing factor. Uh, we got his little impish projectiles that he flicks out. And wait, what? Uh, you may have got a good one in, but that's only thanks to all the damage I already dealt him. You seem real beat up. Relax for a bit. Relax. Who do you think you're talking to? Whoa, bastard. Huh? So they're not. I thought that these were going to explode. That's what I initially thought this action was, but no, they're just hanging around and actually talking. So they don't have faces for nothing. They actually talk, and they rest on your shoulder. So that, let me guess, they're like the little demon on your shoulder. That's what that is. Whoa, 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 huh? It's not really hot. It doesn't even hurt that much. What's with this black fire? Wow, this guy's even more scary close up. Foosh. We're we're to aim above the belly, where the sword pierced him a moment ago. Damn it! What is this stuff? It's spreading. So it's fire with little faces on it that talk, and they talk to each other. Interesting. And Emu conjures a little flaming bell. Stigma. Kaji is resentful demon sword. So, let me see if I can parse this. So it seems like a big demonic sword that homes in on where the little fiery dudes were. Interesting. Um, so it almost has an aspect of Gunko's Devil Fruit Power where it's like predetermination. It's calling your shots. What's with this thing? It just won't break. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. I know Loki said that's only only Squirrel Boy, whatever he was called, only he can undo the ice. Then again, it is a Devil Fruit power, and we know like you can hockey through Devil Fruit power, but whatever. Nothing's working. This can't really be made of ice, can it? It's more like diamond or something. And to be fair, this squad right here isn't really known for their hockey, except for maybe Jinbei. But knowledge of like even knowing that you can use hockey to power through devil fruit powers is not common. So like even if they had the hockey, they might not know. Uh whether it's ice or not, shouldn't she have already suffocated by now? Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, wait. I skipped. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm skipping this part down in the corner here. Uh, I gotta remember it's like top to bottom and then right to left. Ouch, dummy. But look, it's cold to the touch. Or actually, I'm not really sure, but you can't tell? Hey, you're right. When I touch it, I'm not really sure. Enough. You non humans just can't tell. It's definitely cold. Hey, look up behind. That's always something that's been very strange to me about Brooke in particular, where it's really ambiguous. Like the fact that he can succumb to poison gas, he can eat, he can poop, and he can, fall asleep. It You get the impression that the way his Devil for Power works is his soul basically does all of the work that his, flesh and blood used to do. Um, it sees for him, tastes, smells, feels, breathes, defecates, all that kind of thing, right? But then there's a bit in Punk Hazard where Usopp points out that Brook doesn't have skin, and so he shouldn't feel the cold. And Brook confirms this. He says, "Oh, I just stole a jacket because I wanted to join you all in the feeling of being cold." But that really raises some questions, like so he can't feel cold because he doesn't have skin. But then, by that logic, he doesn't have muscles, so he shouldn't be able to move, and he doesn't have lungs, so he shouldn't be able to breathe, and have eyes, so he shouldn't be able to see. He should just be the corpse that he is and just be completely inanimate and lifeless and just straight up dead. So that doesn't make a lot of sense. So th- yeah, that just seems like a huge contradiction. He should still be able to feel cold even if he doesn't have skin because his soul does all the things that his flesh and blood used to do. So it's very strange. But yeah, Loki lands on the ice. Loki, huh? Watch out, the hammer. Squeak, squeak. Whoa. No way, he was beaten? He's been stabbed in the chest. Oh dang. The Okay, yes, it does melt the ice. I saw it make contact with the ice, but I thought I wasn't sure if that was enough or if the squirrel had to like willingly dispel the ice. Squeak! Hey, look, the ice has started to melt. Princess Shuri. Whoa! And he's gonna try and do the same thing to the fire on Luffy's shoulder. Another stigma. But Luffy can actually get out of the way. Okay, that's interesting. Wait, what is he? Oh, he gets rid of the coats. Okay. That's actually kind of cool. Now Sea Cloud Port West Village. But by the way, the action in this has been really difficult to follow in terms of like the layouts. I feel like Elbaf has not been very well established in terms of the landscape. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just dense and I have trouble keeping up with these maps. But it seems like a lot of stuff just kind of scribbled into very tiny little panels. But whatever. Zoro's location. That's the important thing. Look who it is. One of the three demons. A straw hat. Weren't you just in the village? Weren't you just at the village? What are you doing here? Looking for a beating? Uh, you bastards ruined our reunion feast with our old friends. Oh, sorry about that. We're just here to pick up 10 or 20 kids, at most. My associate should be bringing them over from the village any minute now. Then we'll be out of your hair. Strangely nonchalant and also polite about just kidnapping children. It's very, very strange, very mixed feelings how like Summers is really desensitized to how like disturbing this is, his own behavior, but he still feels obligated to like be patient and diplomatic with Zoro. Is that so? What a coincidence. One of my associates is also swinging by the village, but I don't think your guy will be the one coming back. Oh, may I ask why? Because he'll be dead. Yeah, you really have no idea just how awesome we are right now. Okay, so this is shaping up to be the fight. This is gonna be Zoro's fight, I suppose. It's gonna be Zoro versus Summers, whatever. Hold on a second, just real quick. Sorry, just something's really bothering me. My nose is a little messed up, and I just didn't want to, be indecent on camera. So let me try and clear my nasal passage. Okay. Hopefully this is not going to be like Wano, where it's like it's like the musical chairs of fight scenes where people keep like dipping in and out of combat, switching opponents, that kind of thing. Hopefully we can just everybody matches up and we get our one-on-ones and then we can be on our way. Okay, that's it. I feel a little better now. Let me take a sip of my giant jug of Kobe Bryant flavored drink here. But yeah, this is gonna be our chance to see like how big of a buff the Omen is. I wonder what the limits are. In West Village, rain pours, as if a hole was torn in the sky. I'm starting to grasp the situation. Problem one: a monster bigger than any giant is trying to kidnap the kids. That's a pain to deal with. Their mothers are crying their eyes out. I can't stand the sight of it. But I can't save the brats myself because of problem two. The monster is a woman and I can't kick it. That's another pain to deal with. And the warriors won't stop at anything until the kids are safe. Ripley, damn it, leave him alone. Colon, aw, you know me. You know I'm like the biggest Ripley simp around, so I hate to see her cry. Mommy, I'm sorry, I got caught again. Then there's problem three. While I can't stand to see a woman cry, it's okay if I don't join their fight because I know the cause of this is really you. Even if the giants lose sight of you, you can't outrun me. So now he's got to fight this like emo, like femboy VTuber looking guy. Good grief, you really are tough. Now that I've seen it, now that I've seen the music video, this guy is giving me like big Shark Boy summer vibes. Uh, Good grief, you really are tough. I'm ending this here, you fool. There's a big difference between tough and immortal. There's no way you can beat me. Your assessment is right, though. If I were out of commission, my ability would dissipate. So go ahead and try. Let's see if you can take out the Rain God. Onward, Rain God. Take those brats away. Who's saying that? There's a speech bubble, but I'm having trouble trying to figure out who it's attributed to. How terrifying. I know your weakness. Ha ha. Oh, how interesting. So you're saying you can use How Shoku no Haki? Go ahead then, kill me. Your captain is one of the Yonko. You should be meticulous if you intend to have his back. Uh, my bad. Hey, old man, what about me? Do I really not have How Shoku no Haki? You have the traits of one who might, really? But somehow, you seem to be burdened with painful uncertainty. You must be a king yourself if you truly wish to make Luffy a king, the pirate king. Or I might have to give it up to somebody that that I've been quarreling with in the YouTube comments. So, oh crap! I just realized that no. I just realized I have not had that pulled up. Um, so if I can just hold on a second. No, that's not it. If I can just pull this up real quick. No. Let me go into my YouTube history real quick. Because I've been throwing internet hands with this one guy. Let's see. History. Comments. Or no, wait. I should have it bookmarked. So hold on a second. No. Yes. Uh this let me see. Let me just make sure. Okay, here we go. So I had this on the back burner, right? I was planning on not revisiting this until LBAF was over, but this is a. If I can pull this up. Oh, hold on a second. Here. This is a comment string that is in JD Legends short. I am loving this flashback. One Piece chapter 1184. Um, and let's see. And I was just kind of commenting on how it's weird that Elbaf of all arcs has shaped up to be like Rook's arc. Because it was pretty heavily telegraphed that it was supposed to be Usopp's arc, but you know, then again, you like backtrack to every other arc that was supposed to be, X's arc, like Wano was supposed to be Zoro's arc, but really he just, he gets a power up, and it's not really that deep in terms of like thematic or philosophical content or whatever. He just gets a better sword, and he has to learn how to control it, sure, but it's just, I don't know. There's not a whole lot going on in terms of Zoro becoming a better or wiser character there. Um, or say Whole Cake Island. Whole Cake Island is an example of an arc that was supposed to be X's arc, in this case Sanji. And indeed it was his arc, but I express immense dissatisfaction in how Sanji was handled. It's no secret for people who have watched me. I have beef with Sanji. I have beef with Sanji's arc. I don't like the way that he's handled. Uh, I don't know. It's almost like the opposite of an arc where he whoops uh accidentally. I should just turn this off. I'm fidgeting with my XP pen remote, because that's what I do. I get stage fright, I get the jitters, and then I start fidgeting with every little thing that's on my desk. But I I don't know. It just feels like the equivalent of like a character arc cul-de-sac where he just kind of comes around to being the same stubborn person he was before with the same like really rigid, self-contradicting moral code. Uh, he's unwilling to compromise in any real way. When he does, like say when he initially put the raid suit on, it just comes off as hypocritical because you didn't really see any character development from, not being willing to compromise before to being willing to compromise then. uh it just comes off as hypocritical. um and then this person, anime straight fights, 5115. um Most of his comment is just talking about, how he didn't mind uh Sanji's arc in Whole Cake Island. I don't necessarily mind that, but it just didn't gel for me. Uh the part that I took issue with was this last little paragraph, which is like, I'm glad what Whole Cake Island did to Sanji because it brought full closure to his character just for him to grow in Wano, and which again I feel like it didn't actually grow at all, but whatever. And now in Elbaf, whenever he gets his Conqueror's Hockey, now compared to the Brooks treatment, this was 1 month ago that we had this little back and forth, right? And he had it in his head that Sanji was absolutely 100% going to get Conqueror's Hockey. And I, how do I put this? I did not get Conqueror's Hockey vibes from Sanji, right? He just didn't seem like the type. But then, since when did somebody need to be the type? Uh, I will refer you to uh my previous a previous stream on the matter. Which, if I can pull that up, channel live. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. This one right here, One Piece tier list Conqueror's Hockey Edition. This was the stream where I talked about everybody who has Conqueror's Hockey in One Piece, who deserves it, who doesn't, which character has Conqueror's Hockey as a reflection of their character versus characters who are just kind of gifted Conqueror's Hockey to kind of like, artificially boost them and hype them up and try to uh try to improve them in, the power scaling scheme. uh and I very much recommend this stream, by the way. I might rewatch it. Um, I mean, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I had a lot of fun with that stream. I'm proud of it. Um, I thought it was a fun little concept, so it's sad to see that it only has 3 views, but I would definitely check that out now. But the point I'm trying to make is that I just, I don't know, man. I can't home in on who is necessarily a conqueror or not. The qualities for having Conqueror's Hockey, I don't know. They elude me. Where there's lots of characters who seem like they should have it, but they don't. Characters who seem like they shouldn't have it, but they do. It's just not a part of the story that clicks for me. So I guess my point is, even though I don't get Conqueror's vibes from Sanji, who am I to say? I have historically misunderstood what it takes for a character to have Conqueror's Haki. But well, really, all it comes down to is, does the writer want them to have Conqueror's Haki? That's the only thing that matters in the long run. But still, for the sake of verisimilitude, I feel like you can't just give Conqueror's Haki to someone to like make them cool. They should be cool, and then as a result, have Conqueror's Haki. But that's just my perspective. And so on point one was, I just I don't get Conqueror's vibes from Sanji, and so I didn't like the idea of him having it or getting it. He has expressed like no potential for Conqueror's Haki whatsoever. I don't think the one thing that he's got is his rivalry with Zoro, who does have Conqueror's Haki. But at this point, I'm so numb to Sanji just getting consistently power crept that it didn't even surprise me anymore that Zoro is just better than Sanji. And that Zoro has Conqueror's Haki and Sanji doesn't. Like, I did not, at that point, I did not flinch that Sanji was just getting left in the dust. But, then Sanji became freaking Superman with his crazy, like, mutant DNA. And to me, like, that was it. That was his edge, I said to myself, maybe he doesn't need Conqueror's Haki. Maybe he can just have this. Maybe he can just have like the ultimate physical power, and that is his contribution to combat. He might not necessarily have like top tier hockey, but his ability to tank hits, like he's almost like a teeny tiny Big Mom or Kaido, where he is just built different, where he can take hits square to the jaw and they don't do anything. They do less than nothing. Queen slashes Sanji's face, and instead of opening Sanji's face up, the blade breaks. I thought to myself, that's his thing. That's his niche. That's something only he can do. That's fine. He doesn't need Conqueror's Haki. But now it is like this dialogue that is happening right now, very, very extremely obvious. I've gone from like 0% chance, like actually factually 0% chance, there's no way someone's going to get Conqueror's Haki, to 100%, absolutely 100% going to get Conqueror's Haki. There is no doubt about it whatsoever. That's what that is. And this guy called it. I didn't want to acknowledge it. I mean, more so than just not agreeing with him that Sanji is Conqueror's Haki material. Um, I just opposed the idea that this guy just no. I Okay, tangent. I hate the way that YouTube short, like, I can be over here in this like this demilitarized zone, this like neutral zone right here, and then scroll down because I want to see more comments. But no, it goes down to the next short. Like, I don't want to see another short. I This is why I almost never interact with shorts in the first place. But like, I don't really do doom scrolling. Thank you very much. But more so than disagreeing on whether or not Sanji can or should have Conqueror's Haki, I just objected to the idea that, oh, this guy, he just knows. He just knows, and he can say with absolute certainty that Sanji's definitely gonna get hung. Like, oh yeah, he's definitely gonna get it. I know for a fact that he's gonna, like, no, you don't. You don't. You're not an editor. You're not there in the room with Oda. You're not the one going over the manuscripts. You're not the one talking to the guy who's in charge of the story. You're not the guy. You're not him. And so you don't get to just decide that this is definitely the way it's going to be and it's not going to be any other way. It can only be this way. And I still oppose his stance just based on that, based on like you don't know. You can't know. You don't decide. You don't get to decide. But, you know, I got to give credit where credit is due because at the end of this little tit for tat, um, I said to him, uh, straight up, uh, you're singing the praises of writing that hasn't happened. I'm going to bookmark this and then come back when Elbaf is over, and then we'll see if Sanji gets Haoshoku or not. They said, no problem. I'll be there when it happens. So I got to give credit where it's due. I got to be a man of my word. I got to come back and just go ahead and say, what chapter is this again? Chapter 1187? Back after 1187. And I gotta give you credit. Sanji is 100% getting Haoshoku no Haki. You called it. I'm a man of my word. And there you go. But I still contend his attitude of just like absolute unfounded certainty of like he's the expert who knows what Oda's going to write before he writes it. He knows what he's thinking before he says it. Like his know-it-all attitude still got under my skin. And I tried telling him over and over again, maybe he will, maybe he won't, but at the end of the day, you still gotta like rein in your ego and be like, I can't say for sure, but I think, the operative word. I think that Sanji's going to get Kangarasaki, or I believe, not he's gonna get it. Not he's gonna get it. He's definitely gonna get it. I know for a fact he's gonna get it. That just drove me nuts. But he did call it. He absolutely 100% called it. Sanji does not have Conqueror's Haki yet, but like, come on, this is like the biggest flag ever that he is definitely going to walk away from this arc with Conqueror's Haki. At the very least, you know that he can have it, and that is a hell of a big difference compared to before. But let's go ahead and wrap this up. So thou hast finally revealed thyself, Joy Boy. Uh, don't go calling me whatever you want. The name's Luffy, the man who's gonna be king of the pirates. Who truly has the qualities of a king? Special cover and color spread next issue to celebrate the 29th anniversary. 29th. Wait, I thought One Piece started in October. Maybe I'm getting it confused with the anime. But yeah, here we go. Saint Nerona Emu versus Monkey D. Luffy. This is such a momentous occasion that we've got like a freaking versus screen with the title card and everything. And yeah, this is it, man. This is the final boss fight. I can't necessarily say it's gonna be the final round. I think it's still gonna be like at some point Imu's gonna start koofing. He's gonna like get the Rona, and then he's gonna be like, I can't stay in the lower world anymore. I gotta go back to the Holy Land and take my meds, and then he'll bamf away, and then we'll follow up again at some point. And I imagine round two is gonna be like him and his whole posse, rolling deep, uh, with like a home field advantage. Like maybe the final boss fight is actually in Pangea Castle in uh Marie Joisy, and that's gonna be the final battle for real, for real. Uh, and some people might object to that, and we've been talking about it. I'll admit I don't know for sure. I'm just saying I believe that's gonna be a certain way, but then I've been wrong before. But Blackbeard does not feel like final boss territory to me. Some people say that he is. Oops. And who knows? Maybe things will switch up at some point. But to me, Blackbeard is just another symptom of a global society gone horribly wrong. And the root of all these symptoms is Emu. He is the cause for why the world is a certain way. And just that, and the fact that he is so emblematic of everything that Luffy stands against. Like, this to me seems like the match. This is the last guy. And he almost certainly won't go down now, because we've still got plenty of One Piece to go. We've got at least a few more years in us. Because we got to get to Lodestar Island or whatever it's called, and then we got to get to Laugh Tale, and maybe a few other places. But this is shaping up to be the final matchup. So we've got Luffy versus Emu, we've got Zoro versus Summers, and we've got Sanji versus Killingham, and then everybody else is just kind of doing whatever they're. Everybody else is pretty much just tied up in the whole Shuri plot. And I'm sure that's going to come back in a huge way, but it's that stings a little bit because one, I'm a Jinbei guy, right? I'm like a big Jinbei guy, and since joining, he doesn't feel like he gets to do much. Like he was such a more active force when he wasn't part of the Straw Hats, because there was the will he won't he aspect of waiting for him to finally formally join, right? And then there's also the, I don't know, it just seemed like more of a focal point. Now that he's here, he just kind of gets folded in with everyone else in their like one direction to get to the One Piece. And he started suffering a lot of these same problems that the Straw Hats do, where the story doesn't feel like it's about them anymore. And by that same token, we're still seeing Usopp get sidelined. He still doesn't have a whole lot to do. I don't expect that he will. And that ties back to what I was saying, just a few minutes ago. Every time that an arc is like X's arc, that turns out to not be the case. And it's frustrating, but you just got to get used to it. This is just the way that it is. But I also like Brooke, and it is still cool to see Brooke do stuff. And I am very glad that his flashback was not nearly as long as I expected it to be. It was still too long for my taste, but like in the grand scheme of things, like pretty tame in terms of pacing. It was not dragged out. But this was, now that I'm looking back on it, it's no, this is a pretty okay chapter. I mean, it is just affirming that a lot of these characters don't have a lot to do in this arc, and that's sad. But uh, we're about to take the next step. We see that we're about to take the next step on this little B plot with Princess Shuri. We're setting up the matchups, and that's we also got to see a little bit more of what Emu can do, where he's got this stigma move. But that's pretty much it for this chapter. It's a good chapter. It's not great, not amazing, not fantastic, but it's a good chapter, I think. Right. So let's put that away. And I wonder if that guy's going to comment back by the end of this stream. I don't expect this to be a long stream, by the way. Because, well, let me refresh my memory, eh? Nope. Shh. No. Season 2 is only 7 episodes long. I don't know how long each episode is, but I want to try and pace myself through these episodes because I anticipate that there's going to be that One Piece is going to go on break soon. I think the way it's going to be is we'll watch a couple episodes today. And then next week will be much of the same. We'll read a chapter and then we'll watch another couple episodes. And I anticipate that that chapter will end with One Piece will be on break next week. And then the week after that, we will wrap up the Last Flixbender. Like in lieu of reading another One Piece chapter, we'll stack up a little bit higher on Flixbender episodes. We'll watch 3 episodes instead of just 2. So that's the plan. We'll watch 2 episodes of Flixbender season 2, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up the stream. That's my vibe right now. So let's do this. I'm not even gonna read the episode description. Whoa, that is really loud. That is really, really loud. So let's do this and this and this. And okay, everything seems to be in order. Can I not change this? I hate that where the time is the time remaining instead of I don't know. Can I like no, this is just language options. That's playback speed. I started watching the older episodes on 1.25 times speed to try and get caught up before stream, but it just didn't work. Okay, no, there's nothing. Whatever. Whatever. And we've got our audio filters on. We're not going to get copyright struck. Okay, let's do this. Somewhere safe, which is an hour long. This is something that I'm going to need to get used to is for some reason when it's live action, it's a lot longer than when it's an animated series by like Flix may try. And I guess just a few notes based on the episodes that I've rewatched. It's honestly worse than I remember. Like just like first off, Aang being able to straight up like Superman fly into the sky is stupid. Like it makes his glider redundant and also raises questions like why does he act like he needs a running start to get off the Fire Nation ship when he could just Superman away? Why is it that when he comes to when he's like falling out of the sky because he got fire bent? Why doesn't he just Superman into the sky? He's also Neo. He gets to like float things with his airbending, and he could do that with like small light objects like a loaf of bread. Like he can make like a little vortex in his hands and like suspended in the air like that, or he could do it with his little marbles, his little marble trick. But this is like big, long, heavy iron keys that one of the Fire Nation soldiers has, and he's able to float that. It just makes it seem like airbending is a substitute for any other kind of bending. Like if you can bend the air around it, you can bend the thing. You can de facto bend the thing around which the air is. So Aang is like a de facto metal bender because he can just bend the air around the metal and make a vortex and make it float over to him. I don't know. It's funny. It's really funny stuff. Also, Sokka, I mean, he's better than he was in the movie, right? Because he was just so stiff and humorless in the movie. And in this, it's a little better, but it is still weird to hear Katara crack a joke before Sokka does in their debut. And the the tone of the first episode is totally off, like starting with an action beat instead of just like starting off as a fun adventure. Because it's the Last Airbender. It does have dark elements, but more than that, it's supposed to be like a fantasy adventure that is accessible for all ages. Having an opening that is like dark, I guess it's an adaptation thing. I should just look at this with my adaptation goggles on, to where they're doing their own thing and they want it to be darker. But starting off with an action beats, and then showing the really brutal extermination of the airbenders. Like there's a difference between it happening and showing exactly how it happened. My mind goes back to Final Fantasy 15, where the opposite happened, where it was, and I realize I'm comparing a series to a video game, but like whatever, they're still stories, right? Video games are an art form. They're still a mode of storytelling. But that was a case where it was originally envisioned by Nomura as basically just a really like dark, brutal, edgy, emo ass revenge story. The Niflheim swoops in, kills your dad, destroys your hometown, takes away like your lifestyle, your country, your home, everything that you identify with, everything that gives you a place in the world and makes you feel safe and certain. And you're fighting to take it all back and make it hurt for the other guy. But then, they hand it off to the other guy. I forget what he's called, like Yoshinori or whatever. And he thought, this city invasion scene is not really gelling with my vision of like romantic road trip, where we're out on like these mountain roads just relaxing, talking about I hate beans and silly stuff like that, collecting frogs, uh collecting little shiny rocks for Dino and his little jewelers projects. uh so what the guy did was basically just like surgically extract the soul from Nomura's baby, his little brainchild, and just dyed it in his own colors and basically ruined it. And then this, it's taking something that has dark elements, but is generally fun and adventurous and whimsical, and making it really, really brutal. And I don't necessarily gel with it. I can't see how this was supposed to go over well with Airbender fans. This is the same To me, this is the same fallacy that caused serious tonal issues with The Legend of Korra, where the idea is like, oh, the kids who grew up with Lost Airbender, they're older now and they're ready for more mature, red, edgy, uh, content. They're ready for edgier stories. So let's edge it up and have like just I mean, I don't know, just really, really, really brutal, especially in that first season of Legend of Korra. And it just felt wrong. It felt like the series had lost its balance. Or before it could have those things, but they were they were just part of a larger, more robust experience. And uh, I don't know, it's just darker does not mean better, okay? And I thought we'd move past that, but clearly we haven't. We'll see if they learn their lesson. I don't know. Flex may try season two. Surprisingly, like at the tail end, it started to get dramatically better. Uh, I wonder if this is going to be like that. People complain. People have been complaining like a lot, like an extraordinary amount about Flixbender season two. So I'm pretty skeptical. But then people complain a lot about uh, Flex may try season two, but that's because people are just really attached to Virgil, where they love him so much, and to them he is sacred, and he absolutely has to be a certain way, and any change of any kind is taboo, whatever. And people get attached to characters in the Last Airbender the same way. So obviously, people are expecting Toph in this season, and people get really attached to Toph. They really like her. She's really cool. I like her too. She's like one of my top 5 favorite characters. But I am open. I'm trying to be open to a new experience with a new kind of Toph. I guess we'll see how it goes. Another thing about season one was it was just so bizarre seeing them try to like Frankenstein together different stories where in the course of just our little journey in Omashu, we're also taking bits from like Jets and the Northern Air Temple and taking the vibe of the Great Divide where Sokka sides with one person, Katara sides with another, and just trying to make a big plot sandwich, big triple decker plot sandwich, quadruple decker plot sandwich. And it's not great. It's a mess, I think. But it had its moments. It has some good dialogue, and um it's got the costume design down pat for the most part. I really like Aang's tattoo. I like how it's a little more ornate, kind of taking cues from the movie, but still several measurable steps closer to being more simplified like it is in the movie. Because I guess they figured, they're they're gonna be doing a lot more of this compared to the movie where it was like an hour and a half long and then fell on his face. So they wanted a more simple, actor friendly makeup job where they're not gonna have to keep redoing it and have it be like super duper ornate and difficult and just spend hours in the trailer. Excuse me. Um, but while the look of the show is mostly there, I mean, I really like the design of Kyoshi Island, but then I also noticed that the Kyoshi statue changes sizes significantly, and then you go to Omashu, and I don't really like the new design of Omashu. Um, but still, like just like little nitpicks. Mostly the visuals are fine. When it comes to the music, it's wrong. It's all wrong. Like I did not pick up on just how wrong it was on an initial watch. Basically the entire musical identity of The Last Airbender has been destroyed. Like they might still have little bits of the like Fire Nation leitmotif in there, but in terms of the instruments used and the tone and everything, it's just a disaster. They totally they 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 shot in the complete wrong direction with the music, and I don't much care for it. Uh, we'll see if they change that. I expect not. I expect it's only nerds like me who will even comment on stuff like the music. But we'll see. So yeah, so let's fire this up. Last Airbender, Season 2, Episode 1, Summer Safe. Let's do this.
Water.
Let's do this. And by the way, I'm sorry I keep yapping, but the last time we checked out the Last Flixbender, I believe it got content ID'd, and that messed with the I think it just messed with the sound for those streams to where now they're either partially muted or partially just like auto edited. But now we've got our audio filters, so it should be a-okay all the way through. We've got all of our video filters as well. There should not be any troubles. Okay, Kuruk. That looks like Kuruk.
Earth.
Kiyoshi.
Fire.
And Roku. That's cool.
Air.
And Yang Chen.
Long ago, the four nations lived together in harmony. Then everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
This is good. They're doing the intro good.
Only the Avatar, master of all four elements, could stop them. But when the world needed him most, he vanished. 100 years passed, and my brother and I discovered the new Avatar, an airbender named Aang. Since we saved the Northern Water Tree,
Yeah, I gotta say, it certainly does feel like 100 years. He's such a little kid in the first season, and then you look at the trailers for season 2, and he's like a freaking grown man already. Like, geez, you guys took too long. Which, by the way, if you haven't seen me check out the trailer, definitely check out that short, because that was huge. That was a very special moment in Cross Age Productions history.
Aang has learned to be a pretty good waterbender. That leaves two more elements to master. Earth and fire.
Well, I mean, don't count him as a waterbending master yet. I mean, he's still got some to learn.
But as the Fire Nation conquers more and more of the world, we're running out of time to stop them. Even though he has more to learn, we believe Aang can save the world.
I don't know. Omashu. Are we already at Omashu? Oh my gosh, I think we're skipping the avatars. Then again, I didn't get to finish like re-catching up. I didn't finish binging season 1, so maybe that's something I don't remember. Maybe they already explained the avatar state and the whole like don't get murked in the avatar state, or else like it's gonna be game over for real, no extra lives. Oh, it's the
There's no point.
Okay, I know you're hurting, but we need to keep going. That way, soldiers are moving fast. This way, Kyoshi warriors coming to get us out of here.
No one is coming to save us.
it's the
Why did we run? Would have been faster to burn.
it's the musicians, the traveling musicians.
Then we save ourselves. If they kill me, I will not die easy. fighting, and so will you.
Wow, that armor was useless. Like, that armor did nothing to protect him against that fire. Hey, I mean, you guys showed up a little late, but whatever. Oh my gosh, he is so much older. When was that comet supposed to show up again? Summer's End? Should have said Summer's End like 10 years from now. What? Okay, that was good. That was a fun little scene. Alright, big action beat. Let's do it. Oh, hey, that guy's alive. Okay. That's cool. Ooh. Blood drawn. That's more brutal than I'd ever expect from Aang. I mean, I get that it was a team attack, but still. This is actually, like, really loud, by the way. But, oh, okay. Now, hold on a second. That was actually a little bit sick. That was actually a little cool. That was like a freaking fighting game super. Just make sure to watch out for friendly fire Katara. Dang, she's like a freaking machine gun. That's cool. And the effects are pretty good too. In the like 5 minutes that we've watched of this like 7-hour long season, it's okay. Even Sokka gets to flex a little bit. And Suki's here. How about that? So they're reuniting already.
Yeah, lost track of my many victories.
That's cool. I like that Sokka's club also looks the way it's supposed to. Awkward.
Do you want to help me heal him?
Wait, what? Aang can't heal?
You'll have to learn it eventually.
Not really. Jong said himself that only some waterbenders have this ability. It's not just categorically a waterbending power. There are people who can waterbend, and then within that space, some people can heal. Being able to waterbend does not necessarily mean that you can heal. Like, we've never seen Aang heal. Yeah, hey, come on, man, stand up, like, neck up, bro. I thought I had bad posture issues.
Get lots of rest, okay?
Not until this war's over.
I can see why he needs that staff. Do you deprive an old man of his walking stick? Man, he got the big brows. He's got like my eyebrows.
It really has been a long time.
It sure has. You shut up like a bamboo sprout.
Am I?
No. Hey, nice job out there.
I do like how they're at least commenting on it. You're gonna get gangrene now.
I can't tell you what it means to see you. All of you. What are you doing back in Earth Kingdom?
I'm gonna rescue my
Well,
earthbending teacher. Do you know where they're holding Boomy?
Yes. He's locked in the metal tower. Back in Omashu. He can't bend his way out of it.
I don't care. I need to learn earthbending. I'm gonna get my friend.
okay. Oh no! You know what? Now I remember because we also already did the Cave of Two Lovers, which was like, ugh. I don't remember all the details about it. I just remember it being bad. So we'll see. It's weird just skipping all the way to Return to Amashu. The towers remind me of the Conflux in Heroes of Might and Magic 3. Smooth move.
One of you guys has a key for this, don't you?
That's the second like little backhand back attack that we've gotten in these few minutes.
You shouldn't be here.
Wow, that was fast.
You usually wait a century between visits. This is much too soon. The years are catching up with you. Many things are catching up with you, I imagine. Stars, planets, and the like.
Okay, let's go. First, you'll teach me earthbending, and then we're gonna fight the fire.
No! No! I'm far too busy.
Boomy, there's no time for jokes.
That's right. This is the time that you leave. Immediately.
You want to stay here.
That's why I surrendered.
You what? When I left, you were in the fight.
Yep.
Now Omashu is in ruins and your people are refugees. What did you do?
Nothing. I did nothing. It was the hardest thing I have ever done. I could have taken up arms and my people would have followed and died for it. To save them, I did nothing.
Yeah, that's the other thing about Flixbender is Boomy is a much more serious character.
I had to feel everything so that I could feel nothing, which is the key to feeling everything. What do you know of Jing?
The monk said it's the energy you use to fight. Positive Jing when you attack, and negative Jing when you retreat, which we should be doing right now.
What about neutral Jing?
There are 3 kinds of Jing.
There are 85 different kinds of Jing. Momo knows all of them. Hello. People use Jing every day and they aren't aware of it, but you must become aware of it.
By the way, that's another thing. I don't mind the effects for like the creatures. Appa doesn't look scary like he used to. Momo looks pretty okay.
Master doing nothing.
It may look that way, but it is waiting and listening for the right time to strike.
But this is the moment. You come with me, and we can defeat the Fire Lord together. Please, Boomy. My oldest friend, just be my teacher.
Your teacher will be a master of neutral Jing. A teacher who waits and listens. Maybe it will be a new friend. You should go, Aang. The guards will be changing their shifts soon. If they find you, all the time in the world will suddenly become no time at all. I'll see you another time, my friend.
Wait, okay, maybe I don't. Can Boomy? Can Boomy sandbend? I'm curious. Can Boomy sandbend? He does something that's kind of like it, where he shuffles the dirt to try and sink Aang into the ground during their little fight. But I don't know if that's the same thing. Also, even if you're not sure that he can sandbend or not, the decision to give him any kind of earth at all is ill-advised. You should not have given him an hourglass. Is glass earth? Ooh, that looks so comfy. I mean, not necessarily being out in the fields, but like,
Doesn't the rain feel glorious?
yeah, I was gonna say like the nice, like, cool, misty air. Oh yeah, what's going on with Zuko? I don't remember. He doesn't have his top knot anymore.
You need to move faster. But if I rush, I'll miss the waft of rind on the breeze. The silky mud settling into the grooves of my skin.
Every time you help someone else, your own bag gets empty.
That's a terrible way to look at the world.
The world is terrible. This place is terrible. Melon yams are terrible.
I hate to say it, guys, but I might be relating to Zuko on this one. I might be more in the mood for his wisdom. By the way, still seeing that you guys are afraid to just, tell him to shave the one eyebrow. It doesn't take that long to grow him back. Okay. The makeup does look a little better.
We started out picking melon yams.
And yeah, I was thinking that guy looked like Iroh, but yeah.
There was kale, and tomatoes, and mung beans, and pepper plums, and cabbages, and now we're back to melon yams. How long can we do this? Hiding out like fugitives.
We are fugitives.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly how it came down because that was probably the single biggest wrinkle in season one was they were already getting Azula included. So I don't necessarily remember all of how that went down. So next time we stream, I'll come back with more firm knowledge on how things went down. Is it raining right now? Yes, it is. Huh. Okay. I'm actually going to go ahead and close this. Try and get more control over the temperature in this room. It's not too warm right now, but I like to keep things icy cool during stream. But yeah, you gotta know I'm a sucker for like the cool, misty weather. It's like super duper uber comfy for me. Yeah, the fire capital. It doesn't look as cool in the show, but it still looks pretty cool.
What are you gonna say? The truth, because he already knows the truth.
Well, I like Azula's costume. Ozai looks good.
General Lee, what is the status of our holdings in?
I wasn't necessarily opposed to getting to see him in episode 2. Uh, I mean, I personally was never, I never understood the mindset of like keeping someone's like appearance hidden, the way it is with One Piece and like, silhouette piece as they call it. Um, unless it's someone that we know, I don't necessarily get it. So I was not opposed to just getting to see him straight up. It was weird to me that almost that they decided to keep his appearance a secret in the cartoon. It's like, what does it matter? You see him and then you're like, all right, that's the way he looks, I guess.
The Earth Kingdom. After Princess Azula's brilliant conquest in the city of New Ozai, certain skirmishes continue. Skirmishes? Losses, my exalted Fire Lord.
Pretty language. Pretty enough for last words.
General,
Oh my gosh, it's what was their name? Lo and Lee, Lee and Lou, Lee Lou and Stitch. I don't remember the name of the old ladies.
and that is not open to interpretation. We stand relieved,
Sorry, let me catch that again.
Fire Lord. In the city of New Ozai.
Pretty language. Pretty enough for last words.
General, you are relieved of your command. As are you, Admiral Kaga. And that is not open to interpretation. We stand relieved.
Make room underground for 2 new prison guards.
Princess Azula, the family has always been blessed by the wisdom of its second children. The floor is yours.
Well said. Well said.
Has waged a slow and ponderous campaign bogged down in the wilds.
Dang it. It still does the American movie thing that I hate, where the action scenes are way too loud and the talkie scenes are way too quiet. Ugh. I should not have to keep playing with the volume the whole time I'm trying to watch this. I should just be immersed.
Of the Earth Kingdom.
Land war in Earth Kingdom. Classic blunder.
My forces have used the imprisoned Earthbenders to make swift progress through the territory. Soon, we
Wait,
will
sorry, I
be
missed
in a
that.
position-
Blunder.
While the general has waged a slow and ponderous campaign bogged down in the wilds of the Earth Kingdom,
Land war in Earth Kingdom. Classic blunder.
my forces have used the imprisoned Earthbenders to make swift progress through the territory. Soon, we will be in a position to move heavy artillery directly from our ships at sea over land to their very doorstep.
The decision to put you in charge of the Omashu campaign continues to yield dividends.
Next, we take the Earth Kingdom by ripping out its heart. The so-called impenetrable city, the unwieldy metropolis, the seat of earthbending power. Ba Sing Se will fall.
Even the dragon of the West failed. Does no one read history anymore?
Our last siege of Ba Sing Se was a colossal failure.
Okay, the little old ladies kind of distracting. They weren't like that in the cartoon. They weren't constantly yapping.
Doomed from its planning and abandoned.
I'm also confused how they are able to speak out of turn. But Zuko was not. Are they supposed to be like gestures and this gesture privilege, I guess?
In its execution by the traitor, General Iroh.
And how will you do what has never been done?
By using what I learned from you and enhancing it. We
That's a
imagine
ballsy way of putting it.
overwhelming force outside the walls, drawing attention through drill tanks and war balloons. Then we strike from beneath. My earthbending prisoners will tunnel under the walls, and our troops will ravage the city from the inside out. They will never see it coming. There are but 3 people in the world who have the power to determine its future. You, my Fire Lord, the Avatar, and the Earth King. This will neutralize the Earth King, and your power can only grow. I await only your consent to begin.
It is as solid a strategy as I myself could have planned. At your age.
Oh boy.
It is approved. Under the direction of a talented, decorated prodigy of the agile, younger generation. General Tran.
This dude, man, this dude.
I will do my utmost to repay the trust you have bestowed upon me tenfold.
This is the another wrinkle in season 1 that I honestly didn't mind and thought was interesting. This idea of like Azula's the best and she knows it. We can't let her get lazy. Keep her on her toes.
To the flame eternal.
Dismissed.
Wasn't General Tran the guy who like headed the drill tank, the siege drill, the whatever it was called? Big Oopus Lupus.
You have feelings about my decision to put General Tran in charge of your mission. Speak freely.
Of course, I trust your judgment.
You truly are blessed with the blood of your ancestors. You want to fight, to conquer. But for you, I have a special mission.
Well, Father, you gave Ba Sing Se to Tran, and I can't conquer Amashu twice, so what is it you desire?
Your brother, Zuko.
Zuko is dead.
Nope.
He died in the north.
Show me the
Turning
receipts.
traitor and attacking Admiral Zhao. Even if he were alive, you yourself declared him a war criminal.
And I have decided to pardon him. Zuko is alive. And hiding out in a far-flung corner of the Earth Kingdom. I want you to retrieve him.
Retrieve him. And do what?
Bring him home. It's time to get our family in order.
Interesting.
I serve at the pleasure of the Fire Lord.
I always assumed that Ozai was just using Zuko to keep Azula on edge, to keep her on top. But the idea that he is openly admitting to planning on pardoning him and welcoming him back home, Avatar or no Avatar, is very different, very out of character. And he's just such a sussy guy. I wonder, is this actually a plan of his, or is this just a radically different Fire Lord compared to what I'm used to?
Princess Azula.
What?
I know this must be strange, but it was a surprise to me as well. I am deeply unworthy
That's
to...
right. You are unworthy.
Your plan is perfect. I will devote myself to it.
Flattery is the mud in which politicians wallow. I thought you were a soldier.
Only in the foulest mud can the perfect Crimson Lotus grow.
Crimson.
Yes. With the blood of your enemies. Do you know what they're calling you?
I don't pay attention to gossip.
The bane of Omashi.
There's no Dragon of the West.
Please understand me. Whatever victories we achieve will be in your name. Every conquest will serve to glorify you.
Don't you mean glorify the Fire Lord?
As I said, every victory in your name. Every win to glorify the Fire Lord.
Interesting.
We will consider any accolades you wish to bestow upon us. You are dismissed.
Huh. So is there going to be some conspiracy going on in this version? Huh. Okay.
I was supposed to get 4 coins. Yesterday it was 3, today it's 2.
4 for the day, minus 1 for rent, 1 for the broken handle.
That spade was broken when I picked it up this morning, and as for rent, I don't sleep inside. I sleep under the stars like an animal.
Don't matter where you sleep, it's all company land. Now move along.
He looks like Santa Claus now.
A wise prince who understands the value of hard work, who respects the struggle of his people because he has shared in those struggles.
They're beneath me. This whole place is beneath me.
Mm. Spoken like the old bitter Zuko who only thinks of his own suffering.
What's wrong? Are you hurt?
Hi. No, I was just talking to the flower. Is that weird?
I've never seen anything like it.
It's a painted lady. I just had to say a little prayer.
Okay, that's weird.
When I was little, my mother told me that these flowers would grow wherever the painted lady touched the earth.
I thought the painted lady was a Fire Nation tale.
She's a river spirit. She appears in the rolling mists and takes the form of a woman painted in red and gold. Outside our village, these flowers grew like a perfumed blanket until, one day they all withered. And my mom, she understood the sign. She packed us up, and we left, and a week later, the Fire Nation burned our village to the ground.
Okay, that's interesting.
The lady warned us. Paying attention saved our family. This is the first one that I've seen since then. When you see a painted lady, it's a blessing. A sign. It means we're going the right way. Whichever way that is.
Some are safe.
She said it, everybody. We can all go home now. Gift bags at the door. Yes.
Still doing that, huh? I'll change for words.
Hi, stranger.
Hi.
Sokka's a mewer, isn't he? He sticks his jaw out a lot.
Oh, no, I couldn't. There's a limited amount of food and a lot of people.
It's my peach bear for my rations.
Then you should eat it.
You're being very rude about
That or his chin has just gotten extremely larger since last season.
I'm just not hungry.
You're always hungry. How many times have you threatened to eat Momo?
Well, that's just
Really good idea. He looks delicious.
I
Try it. It's lovely.
Come on, Sokka. When a girl offers you her peach, you do not refuse.
Well,
Really good.
I told you. So I was thinking something about us being together.
right while we're on the road.
Yeah. I was thinking, while we're together, why not just be together?
Bro.
Oh, Aang's back. I should go.
Where's Boomy?
Umi's locked up and he wants to stay locked up. Doesn't matter what his people need and
Whoa,
doesn't
Aang.
matter what I need.
Slow down.
Hey! Hey, I'm glad you're back. Sai said he had something important to tell us as soon as we have.
Sorry, guys. Aang, we need to move now. I scouted the southern shore and it's overrun. That was our only path to get everyone to safety.
Fire Nation's trying to box us in.
The entire territory is covered.
If they're blocking the southern shore, then there's only one way left to go.
Really?
Abandon all hope.
We're doing this.
That's not a good sign.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're getting everything mixed up here. The Serpent's Pass is the way to get to Ba Sing Se. We are nowhere near Ba Sing Se. Have we radically reoriented the map? How did we get all the way over here? Then, it just, I'm sorry, are we not doing the whole, like, oh my gosh, we're not. I'm looking at these episode names, and it's A Fight Once Begun, A City of Walls and Secrets, The Waterfalls, The Stones Emerge, 10,000 Things. Oh, wait, 10,000 Things. Okay. So we are doing the library plot.
Only someone could fly up there and take it down.
Yeah.
Show off.
It's good for morale. Everyone, stay together. Fire Nation's on our heels.
See, this is all wrong. Like, this was not the point of this episode. Taking that out of its context and putting it here just screws it all up. I don't know about this, man. This is not the vibe. Like, we just skipped the desert, we skipped the library, we skipped, you know, the no Appa challenge to get all the way here.
Hey, the path winds like a snake. I bet that's why they call it Serpent's Pass.
Nothing gets by you.
What was the point of that dialogue? Other than to, like, very ham-fistedly set up the part where they, encountered the actual serpent. Like, wow. That was done so much more poorly. Compared to, the way this episode was supposed to went. Also, like, if I can just, like, hello, ding, 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 Appa's right there. You could use him to ferry people across the treacherous mountain pass. Would that not make infinitely more sense? I know they can't all ride Appa at once, but I don't get it. I don't see why you can't have Appa, like, have Aang use Appa to take one group of people across the pass, then come back, grab some more people, do it again, have Katara, Sokka, and Suki stand guard in case firebenders show up, while Aang and Appa take them back and forth. Does that not make way more sense? Like, look at this. This is dangerous. This is a bad idea. This is like a huge, jagged, eroded, like, rocky path that goes up and down all over the place with terrible footing, with sheer cliffs on either side. If you have a flying bison, why not use that instead? What is Appa's role in this episode right now? You can clearly see there are people riding on it. On him, I should say. You know, be respectful of the flying bison. So, he has some people on his back. And then there's also Teo gliding, doing his own thing. But then you've got all these people on this extremely dangerous rocky path. Just use Appa to do it. I don't get it. Like, why not? I don't get it.
Sister, Azula, she's the one who slashed and burned the city.
So stupid. Up until this point, I was really struggling to figure out, like, because we speed ran Return to Omashu, right? We skipped the Cave of Two Lovers. We skipped the Avatar states. We skipped all that. And I was trying to figure out where this episode is going. I could never have possibly guessed the Serpent's Pass.
Worse than Zuko? Is that even possible?
They say she throws blue fire.
Like, metaphorically.
No, it's literally blue flames.
Do you think blue fire's cold?
No, it's very hot. It's so hot it went all the way around the rainbow and started over again.
Got it. Scary sister. Add it to the list. There's so much to do and everyone's lagging. Come on. Keep moving. A little faster.
Dang, you seem kind of cold this episode for no particular reason. Yeah, this was stupid.
Hey, you guys okay?
We're going too fast, and it's too high. I'm just a kid.
Yeah.
So am I.
No, you're not.
Even airbenders can be scared of heights.
Did you freaking... You look really old.
Come on. I won't let you fall.
Aang, the child is right. Use Appa to ferry everyone across. What are you doing? Why are we walking when we could be flying? Ugh.
Well, great. How are we supposed to get through this?
What? Flying bison! Flying bison! The reason this was difficult in the cartoon was because they did not have a flying bison at that point. They still do now. Use the flying bison. Oh.
We're both waterbenders, Sokka.
Yeah, but we need an earthbender
Well, this looks pretty deep. It's gonna take both of us.
Or it could take one flying bison 2 quick little round trips to do it. Like, if we're on board with this idea that we absolutely have to use the Serpent's Pass for some stinking reason, just have him just, make that little hop, skip, and a jump across that tiny little space. And then we can get people to the other side of the pass. And then we can keep walking on this extremely dangerous pass. And like, why are we not using the flying bison? The more this goes on, the dumber it gets.
If I'm not, we know who to blame. Just kidding, I got this.
Stop hanging out with Sokka.
This is also still fairly early in Aang's like water bending journey. I would not trust him to like form a bubble around us so we can like go underwater. Wait, where is Appa now? Oh, they're not even going underwater. Okay, all right. I mean, that's cute. That's cute that they do the little scene where Mama goes in the water, but like, where's Appa right now? We saw Appa carrying people. Where did he go? Why is Appa not helping? I cannot rightly get it out of my mind. Oh, no, if only we had a flying bison to help us.
Wow, man. Look at the wonder.
Let's keep it. More running.
And you can't just leave your post like that. Last I checked, this is a 2-man job. One person cannot bend this much stinking water.
What are they firing at?
I think that's why they call it the Serpent's Pass.
It's firing the fire nation. It's on our side.
I think it's on its own side.
It is cool looking.
Go help the others. I got this. We better rush if you're gonna go all Avatar State and take that thing out.
Yes to the rush. No to the Avatar state.
Hey, since they're also doing live action One Piece, how cool would it be if they swapped out the Serpent of Serpent's Pass for the Lord of the Coast, eh? Would have helped them cut costs. Could have spent it on hiring a better writer.
Come on, everybody! Quickly!
Again, this would have been way easier with the flying bison that has mysteriously disappeared from this episode. Well, that's one way to do it. Or not. Or you just made him angry. Oh, you sound really concerned, Sokka. Come on, man. Can we not get another take on that? Oh no, if only Appa were here. Oh man, Sokka is phoning it in this episode. Sokka's voice actor? Nah, bro. This is not it. Oh man. I could really use some Shadow of the Colossus music for this. Like, anytime anyone flies through the sky with, like, the mist rushing around in the air, it just makes me wish I was listening to a despair-filled farewell. This is really... By the way, this is really loud. Let me go ahead and turn it down for you guys as well. And then I'll also turn it down on my end and see if that serves us a little better. Because, like, this is really deafening. Honestly. Again, just that Hollywood problem of no one wants to do actual sound mixing. Okay, so what's the plan here? Oh, okay, alright. Fair enough. Now, where's Appa?
I didn't mean to kill him.
It's not dead. You can clearly still see it moving.
It's still alive.
Your water. Use the water from the spirit oasis to heal him.
No?
No, we can heal it together.
I can't. I haven't.
Yeah.
This is how you learn.
It's not about learning. You either can heal or you can't.
Show me.
Here, hold this with me. We bend it together in balance.
Now what?
Now we move it into the wound. Now we work with the serpent. Feel its energy, beat of its heart, the flow of blood all through its body. Let that energy flow through you, through the water, into its blood, its skin, every broken piece of its body.
And after drinking all this juice, I'm going to need to work with my serpent soon. So, Aang can heal. Okay.
Now you know how to heal.
That wasn't a thing in the cartoon. Only Katara could heal. That was what made her special. Well, that was one of the things that made her special, but like in terms of like action, that was like her specialty. It's whatever.
Yeah, this without you.
Okay.
So lucky you're the one who broke me out that iceberg.
Yeah, you are pretty lucky, huh? Let's go.
Where did Appa go? Like,
When you and Sokka showed up on Kyoshi Island, it opened up this whole world to me. It's all of us. I didn't know it would include steam spewing sea beasts. Yeah, neither did I. At first. But it's good. Even the monsters. We've been able to help a lot of people. We have to take this group all the way to Basise.
her makeup is
Really is thanks to you guys.
cheaper than it was before.
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you.
She doesn't have the cool little like yellow bits right here.
Sokka wanted to go home.
Like,
And
I just watched the episode. The red bits they used to like taper off into like a bright yellow.
for having hope that
She doesn't have that anymore.
all done.
Whoever's in charge of makeup is lacking.
You know, if you're finished teaching Aang, we could use someone like you. Join the Kyoshi Warriors. Is that even possible? I'm a waterbender. So is Kyoshi. Just about.
Interesting. Man, this feels like the end of the episode, but there's 25 minutes left. Can you tell that I'm like just sort of counting the minutes at this point? I'm kind of ready for this to be over. We're like, we're not even 2/3 of the way done with the first episode, and I already want to. I already want to stop.
Shot of confidence to see you deal with that serpent dragon eel thing. It gave me a shot of confidence too. That didn't know I could heal. Hey, and I didn't mean to tell you what to do about the avatar state. It's just when you did it in the north, it was so powerful and it was so. I didn't though. I surrendered to the ocean spirit, and it used me to channel its power to defeat the Fire Nation. Avatar Croak tried to warn me, but I let it happen anyway. It's hard to explain. Okay, well,
I don't remember that part.
I'm here if you want to try. When I merged with the ocean spirit, all I could feel was the spirit's need for revenge. I could see the destruction that it was causing, that I was causing, and I couldn't stop it. I don't want people to get hurt, and I don't want people to die.
Yeah, that must have been terrifying.
I don't want to feel that way ever again.
Dang it. This show is very give and take, very sweet and sour because I like this dialogue. This is addressing a moral contradiction that was kind of left hanging in the show where Aang is, he's non-violent, he's not aggressive, he's non-lethal, but he totally did merge with the ocean spirit, and then like people absolutely 100% bit the dust in that encounter when he does the crazy karate chop where it slices through the command tower, that ship, like there is statistically no way there wasn't at least one person who got caught in that attack, right? There was just no way. Or how about when he like sends the ships flying backwards at like Mach 2? You don't think someone didn't sustain like a fatal head injury from that? You didn't think the G's just like ripped the blood from people's bodies and made their eyeballs pop out of their heads?
I know I can enter the Avatar state now, but I'm not even going to try it until I have full control over all four elements.
Well, we better find you an earthbending teacher then.
Oh, and guess where we are?
The Earth Kingdom. This place is probably lousy with earthbending masters.
Thank you, Sokka.
It's only just occurring to me that we've also skipped the swamp, which was kind of a big deal. It had a lot to say about how like time and his illusion, which is a big deal that comes up later, and you know it talks a little bit more about energy, which is also gonna be a big deal, and it sets us up for Toph. And like, when, like, looking at the flow of these episodes, like 10,000 things comes after City of Walls and Secrets, and I don't know. This is just weird. I can't tell what flow this season is supposed to have, and I guess I'm not really supposed to. I guess it should just be open to them doing their own thing and not having too many unreasonable expectations that they won't exercise some like creative liberty, try and change it up, try different things and see if they work. I shouldn't just be in the mindset of everything's got to be the way it was before, just with flesh and bone now. But I don't know. In this case, I would absolutely say it has been for the worse because I just can't stop wondering where Appa is.
Yeah, thanks. I'm just busy with the list of how to save the world in 10 easy steps. 20 years. 100 maybe.
Hey! This is my line. What do you think you're doing?
Take it easy, kid. There's a bunch of unpicked lines in the East Field. Go prepare.
We'll lose half an hour walking?
Walk faster.
There's an order to how we do things here. They can't be broken.
Who do you think you are?
Who do I think I am?
That's enough. We get it. You're both very scary guys. Hey, Mushi, get your son in line.
I'm glad that they got out of that alive. I mean, no one was hurt. You did good.
Could have avoided it.
Hey, nice moves before with the serpent.
Okay. Thanks.
What? Just take the compliment and take a seat, sis. Oh, waterman your way to that. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Oh.
Thank you for coming.
What?
I'm sorry it took me so long to prepare this.
So, okay, I can't wait to hear what you have to say.
This is not good news. In fact, what I'm about to tell you is something dangerous, and it could swing not just the war, but the fate of our entire world in the Fire Nation's favor.
Yes?
When Amashu fell, the Fire Nation generals made me track celestial movements against their own historical records. It was an imperfect picture, since the smog blotted out the stars. But now, out here, I can see more clearly, and I believe I put it all together.
Okay.
Here, look.
I don't remember this guy being an astronomist. Like, he's like the smart guy, right? He's the sciency guy, but uh engineering and astronomy are two vastly different sciences. So lumping them both together like this, I mean, not that you can't double major, but
Yeah, I see it. What is it?
That is the Great Comet. Now, in the Fire Nation, they called it Sozin's Comet.
Because last time Fire Lord Sozin used it to kill every airbender in the world. Except for me.
yeah.
And when the comet reaches its axis to our world, it will increase the power of every firebender 100-fold.
Now, this is something that I meant to touch on earlier is opening with the coming of the comet and the extermination of airbenders. It's not just a tonal fail where it's way too dark right off the bat. Um, it's also just like a scaling fail because you don't want to see the firebenders at their full strength right away because then that makes every other firebending feat from that point on underwhelming because it doesn't live up to the hype that was presented in the first part of the first episode. You start out with the firebending as the full power, and then after that, it's just like, I don't know. It's just dumb. It was a bad idea. And it wasn't even really impressive firebending to begin with. It just seemed like normal firebending to me. Not to mention the fact that the ability of the firebenders to just like rocket off into the sky like the freaking Iron Giants, that was a surprise. Like, Aang never suspects that the firebenders could ever get to the air nomads because you need a sky bison or you need to be able to like glide or airbend or whatever to be able to get up there, and the firebenders could not. And so it plants the seed of wonder and inquiry in your mind, like, how did they do it? How did they actually beat the air nomads when they live all the way up there and they're all the way down there? And so then the comet comes back again, and then you see, oh my gosh, they've actually got straight up like Nickelodeon's rocket power. They can just team rockets blasting off again all the way up the stinking mountain. Opening up with that just again that takes that little bit of excitement out of the story, and I don't know.
This will be catastrophic.
Also, we didn't already know this. See, I knew I should have. I knew I should have binged harder. I knew I should have watched the whole because I knew I was going to stream Flixbender season 2 today. I should have tried harder to to get myself like brush up once again on how season 1 went down because it's way different from the cartoon. But they don't already know about the comet. Also, just the fact that the comet is that visible. I guess they're seeing it through a telescope, right?
I'm not sure. A few months, a year, maybe. I need the time and equipment to make some more precise observations.
See, now that's a mistake because it already took so long to get from season 1 to season 2. You know, by the time we get to the comet, like, Katara's gonna have like freaking crow's feet. And Aang's gonna have a freaking beard. It's gonna take more than 1 year to to like to film season 3 and edit it.
Change of plans. We're going to Boston State with all the refugees. We're going to bring Sai to the Earth King to tell him about the comet, and the Earth King's armies will be able to help us.
And what about earthbending?
The search for an earthbending teacher will have to wait.
Yeah, it's still on the list, just lower under catastrophic comment.
Everyone should get some rest, gather strength, and tomorrow we'll put one foot in front of the other. We got a long way to go before this is all over.
Yeah, Mashu and Bossing Say are not even close to each other. Like, the journey that we've made up to this point, you would have to do that again like 2 or 3 times over to get to Bossing Say. Of course, again, just,
I used to walk by your flower stand almost every day.
Appa.
I know.
Ugh. We haven't seen Appa in a long time.
Our time here is so short. I would like nothing better than to get more acquainted with you.
Okay. Why are we having this scene? This is pointless. This is 2 tertiary characters just interacting with each other in a way that doesn't affect the main cast at all. This is pointless. Okay, thank goodness that is over. That was awkward and unnecessary. Why did they not cut that out? What was the point of that? Line? Do 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 do.
Just stay here with you for a second.
Hold on, gotta let a train run through this pause. Ding 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 ding. I'm really glad we skipped all that stuff so we could get this. Can I just like put this at 1.25 times speed, please? Maybe a little faster. How about 1.5 times speed? Does it go faster than that? No? Okay. Okay. Line. Whew. This is Dragon. This is the Dragon of the West. Do 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 do.
Good night.
Oh, I actually am hearing a very faint leitmotif from the show.
If your father wants him back, does that mean his banishment is lifted? But he's not coming home in a good way, right? It's more like, come home, the Fire Lord is mad at you. Oh, or disappointed, that's worse. Unknown. As usual, my father's intentions are a mystery.
Well, new Ozai's fallen apart since he left my father in charge. If I never see another crumbling boulder again, I might almost be happy. I heard she rescued you from the circus.
Me? Oh.
Man, May does not look the part. I'm sorry. Could we not give her like I don't know. Could we not give her some makeup to make her a little more like pale and gloomy? I mean, she is supposed to be goth, right?
Yeah, I'm so rescued. There's only so far you can go into the forest before you start to come out of the forest.
Ooh, philosophy.
Meg. I know you used to have a crush on Zuko. Tell me, how deep do your feelings run?
You mean if we were both drowning, who would I save? Zuko, obviously. I've known you long enough to know you don't need saving.
Interesting. That sounds like logic and not feelings. Ty Lee,
Mm.
I want you to kill May.
What?
May I want you to kill Ty Lee?
What?
I'm gonna count down from 10.
Sure,
What? And by the time I reach 1, I expect one of you to be dead. Or I'll turn you both into smoldering heaps of ash.
Ooh. I actually like this scene.
Well, I will really kill her.
No, don't really kill me. 9. Azula, stop! 8. 7. Why? 6.
There's a very meaty sound from that tiny little scrape on her cheek.
We don't have to do this.
You know that we do.
3. Fine. 2. Enough.
Oh man.
We're going after the Avatar.
This episode is so okay. No, wait. There's a saving grace. Don't these episodes have like super long credits? Yes, they do. Thank goodness. Oh, they get through one episode, dude. One stinking episode. So slow. It's so slow and boring and confusing. Why are we not just using Appa? This doesn't make any sense.
Because we're in hiding. Fugitives from our own country. I know the work is hard. But there is a simple joy to be had in the sweat, the creaking of bones, the slow progress towards something that matters.
Okay, Iroh. They overcooked Iroh. I think. Like you can only be so wise before you just turn into a freaking windbag. I am actually honestly getting tired of Iroh running his mouth. Just it just seems like any time Zuko expresses any kind of displeasure over his circumstance, Iroh takes it as an invitation to go on some long-winded diatribe about, the sweat of your brow and self-worth and hope and just all every platitude you could think of and just like ugh, shut up. Just shut up, man. Hiro comes off as someone who really loves to hear himself talk. He thinks he is so much smarter and wiser than everyone else. It gets old, man.
I've accepted our circumstances. I've saved most of my earnings to open a small tea stall in a small town. I could teach you to brew the tea, and you might even learn to enjoy the craft. The right cup of tea at the right moment can change your entire life. It's how I got Zarina to fall in love with me. Maybe your life can change out here in a quiet part of the world, away from the troubles of the past. We've been given a gift, Zuko. A rare and precious one.
Hiro, please
A chance to start over.
stop chewing the scenery.
Squander it.
We get it, dude. This is truly what Shakespeare meant when he said brevity is the soul of wit. I get tired of hearing Ira just repeat himself over every little point. This whole time, Zuko's basically just been sitting there listening.
I know that. You know what I can't stand? Your smiles, the little jokes, the affection you give to these sod-busting peons
Dang.
who would despise you if they had any inkling of who you really are. Living is a choice. I choose to be happy, to try and spread joy. You don't deserve joy.
Dang.
All of this is your fault. Everything that has happened to me. My fault? I didn't banish you. You broke. You were meant to be violent, not my father. If you hadn't failed in the siege and retreated,
Dang.
That I would have never been in that poor council, and that I'd be Kai on that ship. None of this would have happened. It's your fault. Because of your weakness, because your moment was there, you didn't fight.
Okay.
Lieutenant Dai.
Mm.
What would he think of you if he could see you now?
Oof. Okay. All right. Credit where it's due. This is the best scene in the episode. It didn't start out strong, but once Zuko started talking, like, there is a palpable drama to this is going back to what I was saying before about how it's very sweet and sour, give and take. Like I don't know. There was a fun little action beat in the beginning, and I liked that for what it was. That was cool. And then there was the scene of the war room, which honestly went on too long. And then all the stuff about the painted lady, and then the stupid. But I feel like now the episode, like now that the episode is over, it's actually starting to hit its stride. Like no jokes. This has been the best scene.
I'm gonna go find the Avatar. And then I'm gonna go home. Goodbye, Uncle.
Dang, that was brutal. Okay, so finished strong, but that episode really seemed to drag, and there was a lot of stupid stuff in it. Well, not a lot of stupid stuff, just one really big stupid thing, which was like, what was Appa's role in all this action? Like, after you saw the little bit of him like floating by the Serpent's Pass, like the director just like seemed to completely lose track of that character entirely. Like he just disappeared, and that's pretty bad considering that the Last Airbender, the cartoon, is like a masterclass in reincorporation, where it can keep so many balls in the air and not drop a one of them. Having a character like Appa just quietly disappear from the story, that's bad. That's like that's like really bad. No. But we've got one more episode that we're gonna try and choke down. It's episode 2, A Fight Once Begun. Let's just okay, this starting off slow. Okay, let's go ahead and speed it up. Man, this episode, this season is so much slower. Like we get it, okay? We're doing Zuko alone this time, right? Like okay, Oh, I like the design. It's got like little elephants on it. Oh, the pregnant woman. See, she wasn't. I thought that we were already doing the pregnant couple in the Serpent's Pass. Just the pregnant couple wasn't actually pregnant that time. But now we've got the pregnant woman. Just like, okay. Oh! He actually takes it this time. No! That is all wrong. No, in the cartoon, when he notices that the couple is pregnant, he decides to not take from them. Zuko's a monster. He's terrible. He is not like the tragic, broken little boy that he is in the cartoon. In this, he's just cruel. He's cruel and sharp and mean and a horrible person. He is a He is a villain. He is a bad person. And I do not like him. Like, oh man, I don't know about this. This is bad. These new intros are interesting though.
I need to get this market.
You don't support the army of the Earth Kingdom? What are you? Fire Nation?
We need to sell this crop to make it through the winter.
Well, the army has to make it through the winter too. And every civilian has to do their part. You know better than the Earth Kingdom?
No,
Then we're commandeering half your cart. And you can show us a little gratitude for keeping you safe from all the baddies out there.
Stop!
Put them back. Put them back.
Nah, man, you ain't no hero now. Not after what you did to that pregnant couple. You're not standing up for anyone else.
Azula, leave him alone. Look at that slow one. I bet I can crack that shell. Get off me! Yo, heard that! Zuko, get off! I bet I can crack your shell.
Stop it, Azula. I'm not trying to hurt you. Azula! She threw rocks like the turtle does.
I was training.
Okay, that's enough. Now you are brother and sister, right? So you have to settle your disputes with respect and dignity.
Only if you are weak. We are the descendants of mighty warriors. They survived living by a code. A fight, once begun, only ends when one wins.
Ooh, I like his collar. He got the swag. He got the style. I also like Ursa's outfit with the pink going on.
Put them back. Even in a case of imminent attack, it's a violation of Army Code True 7, Section 4. To commandeer livestock or foodstuff from any home containing children.
Where'd you get that? Front lines? Where's your uniform?
You want to talk about uniform? Hair 5 inches too long.
Well, it's hard to be fashionable.
It's a breeding ground for lice. Those pauldrons are mismatched. Greaves, gauntlets, outdated. And your boots! What'd you do? Commandeer them from some other civilian?
Well, they're small and rancid anyway.
Why does he know so much about Earth Kingdom protocol?
Don't be a stranger. Stranger.
Thanks. They've been getting worse lately. Come from the war? You're a real soldier. You're rejects. My brother's a real soldier too.
Hey, kid, maybe don't say that stuff when you're still within earshot of them.
Sorry,
That's a great way to get Earth bent.
I gotta keep moving.
try to have dinner, right?
Again?
Did I scare you?
Yes. No. Aang, did he always buzzes me with Op every time he comes back from a scout?
Oh, so now Op is part of the story, huh?
Tell?
No. That is.
Right.
It looks like someone remembered the yellow on Suki's face.
One who understands neutral Jing. You should write that down.
Why neutral? The positive Jing's the best one, right?
No, Jing is not good or bad. It's just the way you do things.
Oh, so positive is moving forward?
Yeah, or like in a battle, it's attacking. Like a punch. Well, actually, if you want to hurt him and not yourself. Oh, thanks.
Okay, got it. And the negative Jing is like a block?
Or tactical retreat. Yeah. Like living to fight another day.
Since when did these people know so much about Jing?
What's that? Like standing there and getting punched in the face?
No, of course not. It's waiting and listening.
Oh. Huh. The Jing is kind of mysterious.
It's just Jing, not the Jing.
The Jing sounds so much better.
Great news. I scouted the town.
This feels like One Piece dialogue.
To feed the refugees?
Sure, but even better, they have the world's biggest crocodile. Guys, it's gonna be great. Come on.
Well, be careful, I'm gone.
I'm never careful.
Hey, buddy. Keep an eye on her.
Hey, where were you last episode?
Coming.
I really hate how Appa just isn't a part of this. Ooh. Oh my gosh. That is brutal.
I'm going to ask you one more time. Because I know they came through here. Bald head, blue arrows. Which way did they go? Tylee, can you not talk?
Sorry, I didn't know you still needed it too.
It's okay. His eyes still work. That wasn't so hard now, was it?
Dang. All right.
But our place is kind of perfect. Because it's far enough that those goons get a backache chasing me, but not so far that the trip to the market's unbearable. The market's small. Ever seen a market so small? You've probably seen bigger places before. Hey, Faye. That's Faye.
What's this now, Faye?
Is this Lee?
Ooh, reaching for the weapon right away.
Lee held me at that stupid checkpoint.
You made it to the market.
Sold every single one. Thanks to Lee here.
Okay, well, thank the man Pang so he can be on his way.
I said we give him dinner.
Just wanted to make sure he made it home safe.
Come on, Faye. He's a good man. You can trust him.
You want some dinner then?
That means come in. Earthbender?
uh,
Earthbent it.
Why? To fool people into coming here to see it? Come on, you do that.
It is making me hungry. Maybe it is real.
Then we better go get some food. Unless you guys want to stay a little longer.
I think I'm good.
absorbed it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what episode is this supposed to be, huh?
Sorry, and these are my companions. We are escorting a group of refugees, and we are in great need of alms. Oh, and steam buns.
You want food? For free.
No, of course not. I'll gladly bless you, your business, anyone you like. I also do weddings.
No.
When the air nomads travel, people usually take care of them. I wasn't expecting this.
You didn't expect people to want money in exchange for goods and services?
No. There's gotta be
Bro, you are not Korra.
Hey, you could always win at an Earth Rumble, kid.
Okay, here we go.
Bending match. Prize purse tonight is gonna be huge.
The winner wins a lot of money.
And the purse?
Where is it?
In a little town called Nunya.
Ah, boy. It's these guys again. Wow, so we really are skipping the swamp. Okay, fine. Sure, whatever.
I'm sure there must be an arena. Oh, what if it's underground? Like actually underground?
Hey, found out where it is. Follow me.
How'd you get them to tell you?
A girl has her ways.
Let me guess. Water bending. One trick panda pony.
Cute.
What a track.
Okay.
And then the gardener came down.
Sit down and eat.
And then Leo was like, uniforms? All wrong, sloppy. His whole setup, scam, no manners. And that's when they almost bought Lee. But Lee just stood there like, get those claw potatoes back.
Take a breath, Pain.
You know, I think this is a record. We're at like 12 minutes in, and this episode hasn't upset me yet.
Sorry.
No apologies. We're in your health, Pain.
Well, I mean, it did have that slow opening. And that. Okay, I take back what I said. It did have the part where Zuko stole from the pregnant couple. Ugh. I need to stop thinking when I watch these. Ooh, it's actually starting to get kind of cold in here.
Headed to Cootie Village?
Just looking for someone.
A friend?
Someone I used to fight with.
So why don't you want to find them?
What do you mean?
You look sad when I ask.
I'm not sad.
Mm.
Just a little lost.
Our parents are away with the ostrich horse for the night. So the barn's empty.
It's very kind.
This is so awkward. What? I can't make out what that's supposed to be. Is that like a Bakugan or a rattle or oh, the stuff he stole from that pregnant couple.
Hey, Susu. Let me see. Let me see.
Ozai's parenting reminds me of Daddy 05, that abusive family that got kicked off of YouTube.
I'm a loser.
Zuzu, there are no winners or losers. Only those who practice courage. Those who stand up for what is right, even when it's the hardest thing to do. And you stood up for those little turtle ducks. That took courage.
I guess.
Do you know who else protects the innocent?
The blue spirit?
That's really
Wait, what?
You tell me the story again?
Wait, what? The blue spirit.
called their protector, Blue Spirit.
The blue spirit
He was a spirit, or
predates
the spirits for his good works.
Zuko's invented persona.
Yeah. Two swords and a mask.
And though he hid his face, but with eyes bright, swords sharp, and a heart that was untainted by hate or greed, he said, I will protect them, big and small, no matter the cost to me.
Is the blue spirit real, Mom?
As real as you and me, Zuko.
Okay, that's an interesting angle to take.
You're gonna be fine.
Of course I will. I'm the Avatar.
Oh, you're gonna be fine if he doesn't do that. Or that.
They're just bluster and muscle,
Lots and lots of muscle.
but nothing more. The bigger the whale walrus,
Oh, the dull of the tusk. As long as you dodge and keep your distance, they'll get burned out.
stay light, pepper them with air punches.
Be annoying. Got it. I can do that. I'm good at that.
Yeah, you are.
I like how this has more of an actual underground fighting ring feel.
Truly smashing victory by your favorite, the greatest earthbender in the world, the Boulder!
That's the boulder? Bruh. This is disrespect.
For this purse!
Wow, that's a lot of money.
And a nice purse.
You got this.
I got this. Win the money, buy the supplies, feed the refugees.
The Boulder welcomes all challengers. But beware, with great reward comes great risk.
You're ready, Aang.
Don't die. Why would you say that? But it's good advice.
Oh boy, folks. Here we go. Oh man. Let's see how this goes. She looks the way she's supposed to.
The Boulder is amused by this.
And as we learned from the trailer, she actually is blind as long as she has those contacts in.
What is that for your goal, little black bandit?
Like she has specialized contacts that stop her from seeing what she's doing.
A sly move. The Boulder is conflicted. Should he fight this tiny opponent? Or listen back to when she came?
What's the matter? You scared? The pebble?
She's got the performance down, I think. She's got the voice. She's got the seismic vision. That's pretty cool.
She's doing it. Waiting and listening. Just like Ruby said.
She does the thing where she turns her ear towards who she's talking to.
Neutral thing? Yeah, Jing.
But is it just me, or is she sand bending? I thought she couldn't do that yet. She can only do it later. Oh, that's pretty slick.
Maybe you should give up. Crowd doesn't want to see two little girls fighting.
I'm surprised the audience can hear her. She didn't say that very loud.
Did the boulder just squish a little girl?
All right.
She's my teacher. Where are you going?
Uh-oh.
Excuse me. Sorry about that.
Whoa.
We need to find her.
Oh, she could probably... I bet it was her dad.
She's gone.
I bet she could feel her dad showing up.
I am Jishan, Executive Secretary to Bayfall Family.
No, it's this guy.
That's the symbol we've been seeing all over town. The flying boar seal of the Bayfong family.
Lord and Lady Bayfall's holdings are as vast as the lands of the Earth Kingdom. The Bayfalls were great friends to Avatar Roku.
What?
I wish to be the same to you. Please, accept this invitation to a light introductory meal.
That's a new wrinkle.
They're rich. They can feed us. They can feed the refugees too.
Yeah. What do you think, eh?
All right, that wasn't too bad. I mean, it is still like a little weird that we're not doing the swamp, but I can live with it. It's just, like, what about? Here's the thing. What about the swamp benders? Right? Are the swamp benders not gonna show up at any point? We don't get to see Hugh. I don't know. It just seemed like a really thematically important episode.
It needed fixing.
This episode doesn't end with Zuko returning the things he stole. I'm gonna be upset.
Now that I know you're clever-handed.
Man, talking scenes have gotten a lot more slow and awkward in this new
There's
season.
plenty around here that could use some fixing.
Oh my gosh.
Anything I could get done
Hold on,
to
y'all.
Nero.
Did anybody else? I don't really mind talking over this because, like, whatever. Is anybody else getting, like, Holes vibes? With, like, kissing Kate Barlow and her man that she used to be with? I can fix that.
Furs everywhere. Why would you bring something that makes it so easy to track?
Because it seems all cute and fuzzy.
But this set of three tracks goes the other way with no fur. Follow the bison. I'll follow the tracks towards that town. You're going into an Earth Kingdom town. Alone.
What are you worried about me?
Not about you getting hurt. Just
Me snapping and burning the town to the ground, leaving nothing behind me but a trail of blood and ashes.
seriously though, you're not going to do that, right?
Of course not.
What do you care, May? You're supposed to be dark and brutal. You're supposed to be like the little girl version of Nathan Explosion.
We'll have a warm and brief reunion, and then I'll tell him to come home. Or else.
Azula dresses like a Vulcan.
Killing you, are you? As long as you're not mad at me for almost killing you.
I'm good. What kind of trees are these anyway?
More insipid Ty Lee commentary.
Wow. This place is. Yeah. That's Kiyoshi? That's not the scale.
And my other past incarnations. Roku, Kurapika, Yang Chen.
Those must be the past Bay Funks.
Interesting.
They don't have one of you yet, Nate.
I also noticed I like how they have the Bayfong seal on all of their chairs.
Last. It's so wonderful to finally meet you. For generations, the Bayfong
That's a prop I'd actually love to own.
as the Avatar, as you can see.
You've clearly come a long way.
Thank you. And it's wonderful to meet you too. But we actually have another request. We're traveling with a group of refugees who are in great need of food and supplies.
A most virtuous entreaty.
Does that mean you can help us?
Oh, now, let's not discuss business before dinner, which will begin as soon as. There's our little flower now.
This is our daughter, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
It's the White Bandit.
I'm glad he said that out loud, as if we couldn't figure that out.
Most humble repast.
The Southern Water Tribe. Meeting you both is almost as rare a treat as the Avatar.
My dear husband is an eternal student of the world and is
Oh, I'm getting hungry already.
A flexible mind holds both wisdom.
Doesn't help that this is a dinner scene. After this, I'm gonna have to go pick up some Domino's to congratulate them for calling out Sony on canceling all physical media in the future.
of age and curiosity of youth. What our grandparent always says.
Charming aphorisms from the South. I will try to earn that compliment, thank you. Jishen, make sure toss soup is cool enough. She's quite delicate.
You're the best earthbender I've ever seen.
I'm sorry. Are you talking to me, Avatar?
Yeah, you're the White Bandit.
I think you're mistaking me for some other blind girl. Understandable, but still quite offensive.
Your homeland is fascinating. Has there been any mining done there?
Well, we are really very self sufficient. We have a kind of harmony with the lands and seas around us.
So you're saying there are vast untapped resources in the South?
Oh boy,
Us couldn't really
this guy is Shinra pilled.
take for you to open your borders for trade.
Oh, our tribe's great.
Oh, these schmoozers! Oh my gosh, they've been using the avatars to get rich.
And garrisons on the islands around ours make it impossible
Business knows no borders.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe
Funny
we
how
should
that
start
works.
looking
But
for supplies?
let's not get political around here or anything.
Your gallery.
Go on. I need you to teach me earthbending. The way you fought into Earth before.
I've never heard of that. My goodness, it sounds like a congregation of ruffians.
If he sits for a portrait, my husband and I will gladly provide all the supplies your sky bison can carry.
It's a deal.
Okay, I guess you're a two-trick panda moment.
I use bending. Bending their will.
You're a master of neutral chain. You can teach me to wait and listen.
Then listen to this. Shut your hole.
The avatar has sullied himself. Do help him tidy up, please, Chief.
No, it's all right. I got it.
Marvelous. Oh, bravo.
As you can see, I'm ready to learn the next element. I just need the right teacher. Who taught Toph to earthbend? I'm sure she's very accomplished.
Toph is our little flower. Her fragile nature wouldn't agree with all that stomping and brouhaha.
You mean, no? No. She's having trouble breathing.
It's okay. He usually breathes softly.
Oh, what? She can.
Are you unwell, Avatar?
Hold on. No. You, they they thought they were cute. Right. Thought, oh, she can use earthbending to inscribe messages in the ground. There's a problem with that, though. How would she learn the common language in the first place if she can't read? Right? Like, we're told in season 3, Toph can't read and she can't write. In fact, we're told in season 2 that she can't read. So, like, just like, what? Like, do they have like a robust braille program here in the Earth Kingdom? How did she learn the common language?
I was, but not anymore.
Of course you are. Now that your refugees have everything they need, and we can welcome you into the warm and potent embrace of the Bayfong clan.
I love a good embrace.
I don't know about a potent embrace, though. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be like when a man and a woman like each other very much. You know what I mean?
I've been a lot of things lately. It's right over there. And they were just out here working. My mom and dad. And my older brother was already off with the army. I was
The woman who plays this role is a little awkward.
I was inside. I heard the raised voices. And
And,
I don't know how I knew it was them. Fire Nation. So I
like, okay. I get it. Okay, yeah, Shatner, dramatic pauses, whatever. I feel like they are a little overindulgent in that regard in this season, where there are talky scenes that don't have enough talking in them.
I made Ping hide, and I ran out to try to get to them. Because, I thought if they knew that we were a family, that there were kids here, that they might not. It happened so fast.
Does it give you any thoughts, Zuko?
When I knew it was too late, I still ran toward them.
Just making any gears turn?
And then he turned on me. The one who did it. I'm sorry. I don't really know why I told you all that. We all lost things.
These pauses, man.
I'm ashamed of your scar. Means you made it out. I need to more.
See, I feel like that line would have been more organic if there had been any hints that that Zuko was like ashamed of his scar.
He flinches from conflict.
Because he's kind. Because he wants to help people. He wants peace and justice.
We are bringing peace and justice to the world. Under one rule. That takes strength. Zuko lacks strength.
Sometimes strength is knowing when to not fight. You need to give him another chance. You need to nurture his instincts instead of just thwarting them.
Not in this family. Not in this world. If our son refuses to put his younger sister in her place, well, then she will take his place.
So you want them to hate each other?
If that's what it takes. There is a greater destiny
Ooh.
for both our children than you can even imagine.
What do you mean?
You came to me with an impeccable, strong bloodline.
And we promised we would join our clans and make a family together.
You gave me an heir and a spare.
An heir?
Oh, spare. Oh, that is disgusting. Oh, that is nasty. You call Azula a spare. Oh, that is brutal. Azula, the spare. Oh. Oh. This is. Was this scene written by someone else? I feel like this is a tale of two different writers. Because this is a talking scene, but it still has, like, you know, momentum, kinesis, like things being said instead of my time getting wasted. Like, ugh, so inconsistent.
Iroh is in line for the throne. Lu Ten is the heir.
Leave my children's
They
education.
are my children too. I won't let you turn them into monsters.
Is that what you think I am? A monster!
Dang, okay. That was cool. I liked that we had a fight scene without a fight scene. That was actually kind of cool. This series has moments of cool, little clever writing moments that I don't know. I feel like there's someone talented in this team that is fighting to get that talent to shine through, but there are just lots of really weird and awkward creative decisions that are blocking them in.
There you are.
You and your big mouth almost blew my cover with my parents.
Sorry. I really need an earthbending teacher.
Not my problem. Shut up about it and leave me alone forever.
But my friend Boomy said that my teacher would be a master of neutral gem.
Never heard of it. Get out of my way! Pretty light on your feet, Twinkle Toes. Stay on the ground where I can see.
Is this better?
Yes. And turn around. Walk back towards the gate. And keep walking forever.
Okay, so you don't want to be my earthbending teacher.
No, so he's smart too.
I need to understand neutral gem. I've seen you do it. Can you just show me how you earthbend?
I just do. Who cares?
I care.
Fine.
She's not doing the thing.
When I was little, I ran away from home and I hid in this cave.
Why do you run away?
I don't remember. That's not an important part of the story. The important thing is in this cave, I met these badgermans. I could feel them through the ground.
Director should have told her to turn her ear towards
What's
Aang
weirder is that I could feel that they knew I
when she was talking to him.
They were blind, like me, so we understood each other. Earthbending to them wasn't fighting, it was how they interacted with the world, how they created their own world.
Okay, this is really boring storytelling. In the cartoon, we cut to a flashback where we saw these things happening instead of just watching Toph, pace back and forth.
So
Visual storytelling. Hello. You've clearly demonstrated that you know how to do it. You just only do it when you feel like it. Okay.
as an extension of my senses, everything's vibrating all around us. World is turning. There's water in the rivers deep underground. Squirrels run across tree branches. Ants carry little bits of sand through the moss. We're all connected to the earth. Even you. I could feel the moment you walked into my house, Twinkle Toes.
I bet the badger moles made you feel safe. Do you ever visit them?
No. This was near our house we had in Gowling. We don't go there anymore.
I'm sorry. My sky-based mob is my closest friend. If I ever lost him, I don't know what I'd do.
Okay. I guess we are still setting up for the like no Appa challenge. Um, but your closest friend though, really, not Katara. I mean, I get your sentimental attachment to Appa. He is a clearly intelligent being. It is implied in the cartoon that he actually understands human speech.
Did you
But
ever tell your parents all this?
They don't get it. They don't want me to bend. That's why we don't go to Gowling anymore. They're my parents.
well, I mean, it's not that they don't want you to bend; it's that they don't want you to get hurt. That's why, like in the cartoon, she had an airbending teacher. She just that he just taught her the basics.
really don't understand how my family works. You're born a Beifong, and then you have to live your entire life playing that role. There's no getting out of it.
I was born the Avatar, and I have to be the Avatar. I don't have a choice.
Right. You're an avatar, and I'm a Beifong.
Maybe I wouldn't have chose this either. I could have just been an air nomad.
No.
I would have never met my two best friends, or traveled everywhere.
I thought you said Appa was your best friend.
Even seen the world's largest crocodile bite, which Katara thinks is her friend, but she's wrong because it's real. I respect your decision.
Right. Good.
And I really hope you get to see those metromoles again.
Okay. What about the B plot where the Earth Rumble organizer thinks that she rigged the match to get the money? We didn't have the fight between her and Aang. So how's this going to progress?
But a lot of people are gonna be there. We should sell our farm materials and our melon yams, our cabbages, our tomatoes, our kale, everything we have on the farm. Maybe we can actually.
Zuko, wake up. Wake up, we need to go. We need to go.
Man, Lil Zuko had a big forehead. He looks like a baby Klingon. What is going on?
Don't touch me.
Shazula?
You shush.
What the?
Mom, where's Dad? Where's Dad?
What is going on?
Lady, please stop!
What is happening? What is the scene?
I need you to promise me that no matter what happens, you stay together. Promise me that and you hold that promise deep inside your heart.
We will, Mom.
Are they? Is she trying to run with the kids?
You remember who you are. You take care of your sister. I love you both.
Ooh, so the emphasis on her ring makes a little more sense. Ooh. Okay. So I guess my understanding is that that must have been after the scene where she helps assassinate a Zulon. But before she leaves, but this changes it to where instead of accepting her exile and leaving, she tried to leave with the kids because she saw how awful Ozai is. That's an interesting change. That's actually low key kind of welcome. Because Ursa was always supposed to be this like kind, gentle force in their lives, but she did ultimately leave her kids with Ozai, and that was not. I don't know. I can see how this one character could work both ways. In one way, she would run with the kids because she knows Ozai is awful, and the other way, she would leave her kids with Ozai because she knows that will be a prosperous future for them. and she believes that they can stay themselves. This is one case where okay. Did they mean to leave that in the show? The part where he just fights with the door for like 3 seconds? That was a little awkward. Um,
I've been thinking about it, and I think you have too much positive, Jane.
Thank you.
um, shoot, what was I saying? Um, I think I was just gonna say that that's where I think there is room for like another adaptation. That's one case where taking the character in a different direction actually does kind of work. It's a lot better than Sokka's dad. Like that's the one thing I remember from season 1 is they took Hakoda and they messed him up like really really bad. Um but this is I think better. Lots better. Um it is it's strange though because we have been so focused on Aang and Toph, and then we're trying to do Zuko alone at the same time. So we have lots of Zuko and Azula. Uh, and so Katara and Sokka, they're getting kind of lost in the action. And now we also have Suki with us this time too. Like she's almost a permanent member at this point. Um, and also Appa and Momo, they're getting lost in the action too. This perceived need to bolt these different episodes together, it's making it to where there's just more going on than the writers can realistically keep track of. And so a lot of these characters they wind up feeling kind of short-ended.
It's not a compliment. It's like whenever we're in danger or a battle or giant sea serpent, for example, you always just yell, "Follow me," and just rush right in there. You know. So
Right.
right.
Well, I'm the leader of the Kyoshi warriors, so it's customary for me to lead.
Yeah. I just think you shouldn't be so reckless.
I think, I can take care of myself.
Do I? You almost got boiled alive by a sea serpent.
I got grazed, and Qatar healed me. I'm fine.
Okay. You know what? Just forget about it.
Wait, what's really going on?
No, it's if you don't want to take my fear seriously, it's fine. We forget about it.
Sokka. Did something happen? After Kyoshi Island, something that's making you so worried? I know Aang got captured and Qatar was on the front lines in the north.
They talk to you about the North? What'd they say?
Only what they went through. Look, clearly something heavy's going on with you. And I just want you to know I'm here. I'll listen.
Nothing happened.
I suppose I'll drink some water. I'm all out of juice. But you know how it is. Us gamers, we hate water.
Hey! You think that's the waterbender that's supposed to be with the Avatar?
Sokka, follow me.
Come up and find out.
That's good. I like that. Dang. That's good. That's good. The guy playing Sokka, I don't really think he's an awesome actor, but physically he seems to do okay. In term like when it comes to physical acting, he's fine. Nice. Not nice.
Not so tough without your bendies, are you?
Don't call it bendies. That was nice. That was nice. This is a scene with like some neat little reincorporation. That's not like super duper heavy handed.
Hello, Zuzu.
Oh no.
What are you doing here?
Is there any way to greet your sister? What have you done to your hair?
Stay out of my way.
You don't have to do that. Capture the avatar. I mean, Father doesn't care about that anymore.
What do you mean he doesn't care?
You know, Zuko's actor, I do still wish he was missing one of his eyebrows, but he does really look the part apart from that.
Congratulations.
You're lying.
I wish I were. I've been sent to retrieve you. You've done your best, Zuzu. We all know it. And after all, that's what really counts. Isn't it?
The Avatar is growing in power. If he wants to win the war, we need to catch him.
Don't question your Fire Lord. He's commanded me to bring you home. And I will do that. One way or another.
So you're running his errands now?
Yes. Whatever errands he commands. Conquer Amashu. Fetch his fail son.
I don't know what game you're playing, but I know that.
Oh, don't call him Fail Son. That's
Get over yourself.
I don't want a Zoomer lingo in my avatar.
Why you recruited Zhao to do your dirty work?
I don't know what or to whom you're referring.
At least this time, you had the dignity to come in person to try to thwart my mission.
Your mission is meaningless.
Then take a seat while I finish it.
This is a strange reaction from Zuko, by the way. Like, I'm thinking of the Avatar state where he was just elated to come back home by any means necessary. And he was more than happy to abandon his pride that he didn't capture the Avatar because deep down, you know, little Zuzu, he's like a sweet little boy. He didn't really want to hurt nobody. So he's not too worried that he's not being forced to chase after this little boy and try to bring him in so he can be put in chains for the rest of his life. But to see, but to see Zuko like this, where he's given an opportunity to come back, but he clings to his pride instead. Like the Zuko that I know, what he wanted was not. It's a very nuanced thing. It's not that he wanted to be proud; it's that he wanted his father to not think he was worthless. It's just that he didn't want it to have to come to him capturing the Avatar to make his father think that. Right? He'd rather his father just love and respect him without having to do all that. So seeing Zuko reject the chance to come home because he'd rather earn his way back, that's, I don't know. That's too in violation of the Zuko that I know and quite frankly prefer. I mean, the Zuko that I know wouldn't steal from a pregnant couple.
I'm not going back without the Avatar.
Don't be a fool, Zuko. Look at the state of you.
I'm more powerful than you remember.
It's very interesting, really, the way that the Fire Nation royal family is written because in many ways it is the opposite of how they are in the cartoon, and I'm not always sure how to feel about it. Urza wants to run with the kids. Zuko actually wants to earn his way back and isn't interested in a free ride back home. He'd rather choose pride over forgiveness. Uh, Ozai actually does seem to prefer Zuko over Azula. At first, I thought it was like, a SpongeBob employee of the month kind of scenario. That's the way I described it last time, where Ozai knows that Azula is the best, but he doesn't want her to get too prideful or complacent. So he threatens her with Zuko like catching up to her, even if he himself does not believe it. But his dialogue in this season makes me think, oh, maybe he really does uh love and even prefer Zuko, and it's not just a ruse. Um, it's very strange. One thing I definitely don't like is how much more Iroh talks. Like, we get it; he's supposed to be the wise one, but you know, I mean, it's like I said, brevity is the soul of wit, and Iroh just comes off as this pompous windbag who thinks that he needs to fix everybody and everything.
Zuko? I'm not finished with you. This?
Okay, so this is how we're doing it. We're skipping the whole like Earth Rumble, like false like collusion allegations. We're skipping that part of the Blind Bandit in order to like stitch it together with the moments where it's the three-way fight between Aang and Zuko and Azula, and then the part where Toph inevitably steps in to help out because she realizes how much the Avatar needs her. Okay, I get that. That's okay. That makes sense. I mean, I still don't entirely get the whole like stitching different episodes together approach to writing in this series, but if that's the if that's the plan, this is one case where the plan kind of works.
This is the Avatar? Zuzu, he's a little boy.
Zuzu. Who are you?
Can't tell. I've been told the family resemblance is strong. I will capture the Avatar and restore my honor.
I've never said that!
Cute. Okay, that was weird. That's one case where I actually did want them to talk more. The way that it just escalates out of nowhere feels really weird. I'll tell you something else that feels really weird. I'm rewatching episode 3, right? where there's a skirmish between Aang and Zuko in the streets of Omashu. When there is an action beat, uh people will just disappear. Like the street crowd, they're just gone. And there's no scenes of like, oh panic, oh people running for their lives and getting out of the way of the violence and like no, they just kind of warp out of there. I don't get it. That's something that really screws this up because this is not the ghost town from what was it called? The Chase. This is not the ghost town from the Chase anymore. Uh we have now bonded together the blind bandit with the Chase. So this is Toss town. There are supposed to be people here, but now they're just gone. Man, I really get tired of the generic music. I've already mentioned it once before, but it's just whatever. Where's my Avatar music?
No, it's not.
Dang! Oh my gosh, he totally brained him. Dude, I think Zuko might be dead. Sokka hit him in the dome so hard. He's probably got a brain bleed, man. Oh, oh my goodness. Well, hopefully Zuko's hard head finally comes in handy. Oh, the fire whip is so cool. Especially the blue fire whip. In the cartoon, you see Zuko do it. Oh. Oh my gosh. You should both have head trauma now. What about Iroh, though? We don't get Iroh in the scene? Oh, Azula, you're awesome, but you ain't got this. Oh, here we go. I was starting to think he wasn't going to be part of this scene. Yeah. See, they'll play the Avatar leitmotif for like the really big triumphant scenes, but
Not surprising you've aligned yourself with the enemies.
they just still don't do it enough.
I know an unbeaten. A princess surrenders.
Ooh. That was way worse than it was in the show. In the show it was firebending. Like it was blue firebending, it still hurt, but it wasn't lightning bending. Yo, Iroh getting up after that is a feat. Only problem though, why didn't Iroh just do the like lightning redirect thing? Why didn't he do that? Would that have not made way more sense?
So, those were firebenders, huh? rumbling, so I came to find out what was happening. The Avatar was in a fight. I had to help.
Felt rumbling. You're far too delicate to engage in that activity.
I'm not delicate. I'm not a flower. I'm a rock. And I'm blind, even if you don't want to say it. Just listen to me. This one time, Mom. This is who I am.
Oh man, she got the Karen eyebrows. She looking wigged out with those antennae.
Put on your shoes and come home now.
I'm never wearing shoes again.
Dan Schneider approves.
Come on, Avatar. I'm gonna teach you to earthbend even if it kills you.
Oh dang, he's up already. I remember him being out in the cartoon for like a day.
Get out of here, Firebender!
Does that guy have like a sideways ball cap? Wait, what? The boulder's gonna be chasing after them? This is so goofy.
Will be very hard to pin down. She is tough, short, very, very mean.
That's why Jisha shall accompany you.
Okay. That's weird.
Bring my daughter.
The boulder? No, the boulder. Look, the boulder is fun, but he doesn't give like ruthless bounty hunter energy. Okay? The guy's a goober. Just okay. I guess this is how we're doing it. Hey, it's the tree. And you never gave the pregnant couple their stuff back. Which makes you a monster. Okay. Alright. I'm not 100% on board with what they're doing with Zuko. I don't really care for that. But I mean, whatever. I don't know, man. That second episode, it wasn't getting under my skin like the first, but it also just felt kind of weak. Like, if it wasn't the stuff about, like, you know, Zuko's past with the flashback with like his parents and stuff, I wasn't really into it. It felt like they cut too many corners. Like you know, it's like I'd rather have one battery with a full charge than two dead batteries, right? It just feels like too much of the soul was, and I'm sorry to just use that word soul. I know that's not very descriptive, but there was just something missing in that episode that it just needed more energy. I don't know. It felt like a lot of just getting where we were trying to get to, but very like slowly and quietly. And by the way, did you notice, by the way, that they cut the scene where Toph Beifong fights all the Earth Rumble competitors at the same time? We just skip that part. One of the most iconic scenes in Toph Bay Fong's entire legacy, and we just went ahead and cut that. It was an episode that I don't know. It had action, but just not enough. Like if you really measure it up pound for pound, that was an episode that just had a lot of talking and walking and just I don't know. And again, I really don't like what they're doing with Zuko. So I can see why. Yeah, I think it's safe to say I can see why people are so upset with the second season. But I'll keep watching it. Uh, some other day. It's 6 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock, and I'm getting hungry, and it's about time for the usual Hamadon raid on City of Heroes. I'm gonna participate in that, try to get some more reward merits, and I gotta turn up the heat. It's getting chilly in here, so that'll do for now. That's really as much as much Last Flixbender, I should say, as I can possibly stomach. We'll come back next Sunday for more. There should be another One Piece chapter, so it'll be a lot like this stream. We'll read a chapter, we'll watch a couple more episodes, and then that'll do. So come back Sunday, July 12th at probably gonna be 2 o'clock again. I really am starting to prefer these 2 o'clock streams to the old 1 o'clock ones. Just gives me more time to get cleaned up, get food in my belly, get ready. But until then, y'all have a good time, and I really appreciate your support. Thanks for coming and checking me out, because every view, like, comment, subscription, follow, it all helps push us on to bigger and better things. And uh, you know, before I part ways, just keep in mind that schedule's not always set in stone. There could always be some sort of catastrophe, natural disaster, whatever. If there are any changes in the schedule, this is the part of my usual end of video spiel that I forgot to do last time. Uh, if there are any schedule changes, just remember you can keep up with us on my little socials down here. Um, I know juggling all these different socials can be tough for people, me included. So if you had to pick one to keep track of, I would pick Twitter. It's just the easiest to manage for me. But yeah, that's gonna do for now. So thanks for checking us out, and we'll see you next Sunday. And happy belated Independence Day, by the way. Actually, I barely talked about Independence Day at all. It was sick. Went to local. Well, I guess I did talk about it a little bit. And just went to a local like fireworks festival, and it was neat. They really put on a big show, and it was nice to see fireworks for free. Usually my parents are in town, and we light off our own, but seeing a big professional display and not having to blow money on it, I mean, I'm kind of in the mood for that. But yeah, that'll do it for now. So y'all have a good day, and happy belated 250th Independence Day. Catch you later.